This boy is beaten daily. He has no father to protect him, and those kids are ruthless. They beat him so badly he returns to his mother barely able to walk. She comforts and heals him, but it repeats, until one day just beating him isn't enough. They bring poisonous needles. While one huge boy pushes him down, another stabs him. The poison immediately spreads, his eyes fill with blood. Then they leave him to die in the middle of nowhere. Our boy can't tell how much time has passed. Rain pours, paralyzing him. Death creeps in, but his mother's memory forbids surrender. Who would protect her? He begs the heavens for strength to shield her to live normally. Suddenly thunder strikes, a sword lands before him. It feels utterly familiar. Gathering his last strength, he grips the handle. Memories flood his mind. This sword was his in a past life. He trained with it for a century, mastering every move, becoming a true sword god. With memories and powers restored, he can finally live normally. Next morning, his mother rushes to him, asking his destination after yesterday's injuries. Undiscouraged, he tells her not to worry, assuring nothing bad will happen. He smiles, waves, and promises to return. By a tree, the bully wonders if Yeon Mayung is avoiding them. Another replies they beat him badly. He likely hides his sorry state from his mother. The first bully laughs. Show up and we'll beat you senseless. Don't and we'll mock you with the kids. Just then another bully turns, announcing, our boy's coming. Ryung jumps from the tree. You're late, I thought you wouldn't show. Our hero faces them expressionless. The boy bully approaches. Yeonmyeong, you had a hard time, but why unharmed? Our guy, Chad, claims, that won't hurt me. Moonchen and the other bullies are amazed by his audacity. In response, Jongjul clenches his teeth, twisting his wrist, ready to fight. Surprisingly, our boy thanks Jongjul. Hearing her name, she cuts him off, claps, cheeks blushing. She asks the occasion why Yeonmyeong calls them by name today. Soon her words turn evil. Was yesterday's poison not enough? Should we double the dose? Jongjul gets angry, shouting, why isn't our hero paying attention? He raises his hand to punch our boy. In a flash, Yeon Mayung grabs his face, slamming him to the ground. The others are stunned. The impact left a huge crater. They wonder how John Gil was defeated in one hit. Ryong thought Yeon Mayung was untrained. Moon Chan worried, unsure what happened. Our boy believes he can do what they can. He reminds them of the clan leader competition, asking if they'll enter with current skills. Our hero walks toward them, emitting such a powerful aura that even the bullies are intimidated. Moonchen clenches his teeth, thinking Yeonmyeong is a different person overnight. He tells himself to calm down, reasoning Jeon Gil was caught off guard. After years of training, they won't lose to him. With a roar, Moonchen shouts a challenge, leaping with his knife and dashing down. But in midair, our hero catches his hand, shattering his weapon. He declares such participant levels practically decide the clan leader competition. Finally, our boy twists Moon Chan's hand, utterly defeating him. The hidden Poison Hall, former clan leader's seat, now serves as the elders' council room. An elder addresses the assembly. With everyone gathered, the meeting shall commence. The young clan leader competition participants seem finalized. Thus, I propose a final decision on Tang Yeon Mayung's participation. Yeonmyeong, son of the Poison Phoenix, hasn't officially entered. It's known other children have openly bested him, and he's shown no achievements. Thus, his exclusion should face no objection. However, a member argues excluding our protagonist, blood kin of the previous clan leader, might question future competition legitimacy. The elder acknowledges this, but insists an unskilled participant lowering the competition's level is a greater problem. Despite his lineage, our hero is now nothing but a burden. The door slams open, shocking everyone. Our boy enters, dragging Tang Yang Ryang. The elders demand an explanation. Yan Mayung presents the injured Ryang, her red eye a clear sign of poison. He states he is fully aware of his actions. The members are horrified by this unprecedented sight. The boy makes himself clear. He has endured Tang clan suppression for too long. He no longer intends to endure. A member shouts, asking how he could harm a child in the competition. Another stresses harming a competitor is a serious crime, but our boy knows the family rules. He questions if a fight between participants is a problem. The elder demands clarification. Does he truly intend to participate? Yeonmyeong believes his actions are proof. He suggests they check the open ground outside where Moonchen and Jeon Gil, who used to bully him, are lying. He followed the family rule, kindness repaid twofold, revenge tenfold. Silence filled the hall. The elder, fist clenched in anger, acknowledged Yeon Mayung's worth. Other members protested, claiming he exploits rules, endangering others. But the elder raised his hand, silencing them. He declared Yeon Mayung would participate. They cannot block a qualified child. Still, he warned, hoping Yeon Mayung's confidence matches his skill. If he fails to become young clan leader, he'll pay for today. Later, Yang Yang tells his mother everything. Tense, she asks how he could do it, but he explains it was necessary. His decisive tone reveals this isn't just an outburst. Reflecting on his name, Miang, meaning survival, she realizes he's no longer a child, but a great man. Realizing this, she kneels, holding his hand. She vows not to question his techniques. Her only concern is he confident for the competition. Our boy smiles, reminding her he's the Poison Phoenix's son. Moved, she hugs him, brimming with pride. His mother's warm embrace. He vows to protect his ordinary life, eliminating any disturbance. A month later in the garden, Tang Jihai walks with Tang Jiuhui, the Dark King's leader. He considers leaving things as they are. The competition is no joke. She smiles, telling him to let Yanmian be, confident he has his reasons. Jiuhui acknowledges the boy's mentality and courage are unbelievable. She thanks him for protecting Yanmian so far. Still, Jiuhui admits stepping in was necessary, but wonders if it's truly okay for him not to train separately. Meanwhile, our protagonist meditates in his room, reflecting on his routine: clean meals, good sleep, and using internal methods to correct his twisted chi paths. For an awakened swordmaster, honing strength and skill is unnecessary now. He believes fortifying the vessel first is essential. Placing his hand on the ground, he notes that at 12, his meridians aren't blocked. Balancing on one finger, Yanmian concludes transformation will occur naturally as his level increases. Finally, competition day arrives. Our boy enthusiastically tells his mother he's leaving. She wishes him well. Tang Jiuhui bids his sister farewell. The two depart. His mother watches, wishing Tang Longrian could see their son's growth. At the Dark King Hall, participants arrive. Our hero eats, noting their early arrival. A group of boys approaches, recognizing him as the Poison Phoenix's son who beat Moon Chan. They dismiss it as a false rumor, claiming he couldn't even learn martial arts. Because of this, they decide discipline is needed. Annoyed, our protagonist hurls a rice cake at the leader's face. The impact sends the boy sprawling. Others shout, wondering if it was a hidden weapon. Soon, one realizes it's just a half-eaten rice cake, baffled by its power. Yeonmyeong mocks them, asking if they'll flee despite being participants. Enraged, the group attacks, but our boy doesn't even flinch. From the other side, Tang Jiuhui approaches, seeing a body fly through the air. He runs to our hero, finding the group down. Yeonmyeong sits atop the pile, eating a rice ball. He asks Jiuhui if he's here, bored. He smiles, warns the leader not to misjudge. They started it. Jiuhui facepalms. In the council, people shout at the Grand Elder. They question overlooking so many injuries before the competition. Elder Seokjung suggests changing the rules. Outside, participants line up. A girl whispers. Someone asks about the competition. A girl explains, 2 to 3 years of training, then one-on-one duels. Tang Jiuhui, the overseer, calls for silence, outlining the order, 3 years of practice, then the main competition. Suddenly, an elder enters, announcing a goo poison match. Everyone is shocked. This involves placing strong poisons in a jar, battling until only the most potent survives. A battle royale where only one survives. The elder explains that due to unfortunate incidents and numerous dropouts, standard duels are impossible. Jiuhui realizes this is our boy's doing. To prevent further incidents, the format was changed, the elder states. Students are visibly angry, blaming Yeonmyeong. The elder declares this position vital for the Tang family's future. He commands them, fight, survive, conquer. The victor will possess everything. Our guy smirks at his opponents. Realizing only one competitor survives, he finds it not difficult. That night, a secret meeting convenes at the Dark Moon Sword sect camp within Sichuan's Black Death Alliance. One man thanks them for gathering, then asks them to carefully hear of the Tang family schemes. The other men at the round table ask if he refers to the young clan leader competition. The third man confirms their spies reported the competition began days ago. The Tang family's future leaders, the children, have already left. They note the Tang family's current weakness. Yu Gil-jun of the Black Death Alliance could destroy them anytime, yet he spares them for now, finding them still useful. These children are the family's core. Harm to them would be a permanent, crippling blow. The men agree with the Dark Moon Sword elder. A member warns caution, asking when to act. The elder replies, "Do nothing for now," shocking them. He believes tracking carriages and killing weak birds now is too easy, not painful enough. The competition runs 4 years. Imagine the devastation if all carefully raised children die at the climax. The masked man grins, agreeing it would be a fatal blow. Another suggests the Jaggle or Moyang family handle it. Dark Moon Elder Makinhu agrees, deciding to track the carriages and make their move in 4 years. Tracking is arranged, and a seed planted to ensure the Tang family falls entirely into their hands. Meanwhile, at the competition's common mountain venue, the instructor leads the group. He announces that despite rule changes, the schedule remains. Participants will be called by number, not name. As Group 7, the instructor turns, noticing one missing. He asks number 28, our protagonist, why he's lagging. Yanmeng apologizes for thinking. The instructor scolds him, warning him not to fall behind. As they walk, our boy wonders why their leader doesn't sense the presence he feels, certain they're being tailed. Suddenly, they stop before a huge cliff. From it, a voice demands Group 7's password. The instructor replies, "Poison King of Hidden Poison." A light confirms the code. Immediately, a figure with a hand fan emerges from the rock face, introducing himself as Jaggle Changshan, here to assist their competition. Students realize the Jaggle family, once one of the 5 great families and renowned for formations, fell to the heavens' brilliance demon lord. The group enters the cliff, surprised by the beautiful hidden landscape. Jaggle Changshan explains their formations stop outsiders from interfering. Yuri is amazed, recognizing it as the Jaggle family's famous technique. AI Jun is impressed, noting inside one cannot discern season or space. As the group crosses a lightning wall, Mirio watches our boy. She finds him strange, unfocused, recalling his similar carriage behavior. A flashback to the carriage ride. The instructor asked for introductions. Yuri noted our hero's recent fight was widely known. AI Jun added he was famous for leaving Tang Yang Ryang in a bad state. Yuri found him bold, but warned he might not be safe during the 4-year competition, as Tang Yang Ryang's great-grandfather is one of the 3 elders. Yan Myong interrupted, asking if they blamed him for the competition becoming a goo poison match. Mirio refused to drop the issue. His smug face showed no remorse. He just smirked, further enraging Mirio. Mirio watches our hero, vowing not to let it slide if he causes another problem. Suddenly, she bumps into Yuri. Everyone has stopped. Yuri and Ajan look terrified. Their guide, Jaggle Changshan, vanished. Surprisingly, our boy moves forward, trying to touch empty air. Mirio finds his relaxed demeanor strange. Meanwhile, Jaggle Changshan walks alone, assuming the kids are panicking inside the formation. He knows the 7-lock Phantom Dome offers no escape without its caster. The elder promised double support for the Jaggle family if he eliminates number 28. But suddenly, to his surprise, the air behind him cracks open. The 4 kids peek out from the crack. Changshan freaks out, shouting in confusion. Our boy questions instructor Jaggle. What if he leaves them? Changshan is speechless, then quickly lies, claiming a mistake. Yuri asks our protagonist how he did it. He simply says he cut it. Mirio says this isn't the time to worry, telling everyone not to lose instructor Jaggle Changshan again. But when they look back, Changshan is gone again. They shout he disappeared, causing our boy to groan. He sighed deeply. Fleeing his own formation, the instructor felt pathetic. Soon, a shining light appeared, the exit to the training ground. He escaped, believing it was enough. But then a voice alerted him, Tang Wanjin, Group 7's supervisor. Terrified, the instructor lied, claiming Group 7 was absent and wouldn't participate. But then the air behind them cracked, from the formation's other side. Our hero plunges his dagger into the crack. It shatters like glass. Jaggle Changshan watches in disbelief as the 7-lock Phantom Dome formation breaks so easily. Yeonmyung looks at the instructor with red, glowing eyes. Amazed, Mirio asks how he broke the formation with a short sword, how that's even possible. He explains he didn't break it, only opened a gap, warning it will close soon. They must hurry and leave. A supervisor shouts from the front, asking if they're Group 7 participants. The students confirm but ask who he is until one spots his Tang family crest. He worried they'd been attacked, just as the instructor claimed. Yanmeng turns to the instructor, repeating attack sarcastically. The instructor shakes with fear. Our protagonist smirks, suggesting the instructor misunderstood them as lost. Thanks to his marked entrance, they found their way easily. Yeonmyung suspects the instructor acts on Tang Elder's orders, but lets it go as a mere guess. He vows, if post-competition the instructor's collusion with elders is confirmed, he'll destroy the Jaggle clan. The instructor, laughing with a shaking voice, apologizes, promising to check the broken formation. He then quickly flees. The supervisor welcomes their safe arrival, apologizing for the noise and lack of escort. He introduces himself as Tang Wanjin, a Bangui Brigade member, in charge of their competition training. The Bangui Brigade, a direct military force, served the Tang family's former young clan leader. Each member's power rivals a great leader's, making them the Tang family's strongest elite force. Mirio watches Yanmyeon pick his nose, irritated. His mother, the Poison Phoenix, was the previous young clan leader. Flicking a booger, he asks why Tang Wanjin isn't at the Tang main house. The supervisor explains, years ago they fought for their master, the Poison Phoenix, against Heaven's demon lord but were destroyed. Having failed their master, they are sinners. Students nervously stare at Sinner, but the supervisor continues explaining. The first year is for self-practice. Train as you wish. Martial arts books or teachings are awarded by performance. A student asks about the Tang family's legendary 10,000 heavenly flower rain lost fighting the demon lord. The supervisor confirms it's guaranteed to the young clan leader. Though incomplete, elders pass down its essence. Our protagonist considers the 10,000 heavenly flower rain, knowing it's a hidden weapon technique, unleashing many like a strong rain. He wonders if he can mimic this sword-like technique. The supervisor cuts him off. Enough talk, focus on training. They could train together or alone. Mirio asks about sleeping. In nature, the supervisor declares, to learn forest survival. This naturally freaks the kids out. Comfy beds, comfort won't make you strong. Adapting to extreme environments is the priority. He raises his fist, telling them to practice as they see fit. The three kids tremble, but our protagonist remains relaxed. Yeonmyoung interrupts, asking if he can live and sleep comfortably if qualified. Nutrition is vital for growing kids. Forest adaptation seems unnecessary. The kids clench their teeth, shocked by his arrogance. The supervisor thinks, seeing him as arrogance personified, even as others fume. The supervisor agrees. Pass a test, our hero stays in the manor in the formation. Fail, and he better be prepared. Yeonmyoung agrees. The supervisor announces a simple test. Team members will surround him, throwing hidden weapons. Suddenly, our boy stands in the middle, surrounded by men on the ground, in trees, and on the cliff. The supervisor explains, block or dodge weapons within 5 steps. Blindfolded, he passes. Blindfolded, the man on the cliff prepares his blades. Every man in position is alert. Students wonder if this is possible, noting no movement yet. Mirio wonders if they're waiting to increase pressure. Suddenly, weapons fly at our hero from all directions. Yeonmyoung stands still, counting all blades. He thinks it's a bit much, yet a simple task. He draws his dagger using attachment, blocking all attacks with his dagger. Attachment, an often overlooked martial arts principle, covers depth, weight, speed, and change. The art of ascension includes breaking, scattering, attachment, cutting, and sharpness. Yeonmyoung, having mastered these sword principles in a past life, finds this easy. For the unenlightened, it's shocking. Our hero deflects every blade. None touch him, nor even come an inch close. Everyone is stunned. The supervisor cannot grasp what happened. With a single move, all hidden weapons were repelled, attracted, and neutralized. Students questioned what they'd seen, unable to believe all weapons stopped with one swing. The protagonist removed his blindfold, asking, "Did I pass?" Students watched the supervisor, lost in thought, until they shouted. The supervisor coughed, admitting he passed. "Go to the manor and rest." Yeonmyoung flipped his dagger. The supervisor mused. A monster seems to have appeared. Mirio, annoyed and jealous, shouts, asking if he plans to abandon his team for comfort alone. He ignores her. He smiles, looking straight ahead, wondering aloud if the manor offers different meals. Naturally, the students are further annoyed by his teasing. The supervisor thinks it's good the other team members haven't lost motivation, but feels the clan leader battle is decided before it even begins. Maybe this kid is the one. Suddenly, our boy stops, turns around. He reminds his instructor, meat with every meal he needs to grow. Later, wolves descend on a dead bear's carcass, eager to feast. The moment they bite, they cough violently, blood spurting, collapsing, and foaming. From the shadows, a student lunges, finishing them off. After dealing with the wolves, the group rests in a cave for the night. Yuri is delighted her paralysis poison worked perfectly. Ijun agrees. Her continued performance would ensure their safety. Mirio praised his impressive poison-making and extraordinary rainstorm technique. The three sat gloomily by the fire, waiting for meat to cook. Yuri reflected. 4 months had passed. She recalled their first day, fleeing, encountering a bear. Initially, they found no prey, surviving on grass roots, shedding tears. Eventually, they found shelter and hunted successfully. Suddenly, Lee Jun wonders if Yeonmyoung lives comfortably now. Yeonmyoung's name triggers Mirio, who shouts not to bring him up. Lee Jun admits he's just curious. Mirio swears he'll get what he deserves at the manor. Internally, Lee Jun thinks differently. Considering Yeonmyoung's earlier performance, Lee Jun wonders how strong he's become with continued training. Mirio notices something wrong. Their meat is gone. The skewers are empty. Yuri ate it all. She burps, satisfied, then, seeing their death glares, asks why they're looking at her like that. Mirio and Ijun explode, yelling at her for such an obvious question. Meanwhile, at the Gangdong Mountain 7-Lock Phantom Dome Formation stronghold, Yan Meiyang stands in the training grounds. Dozens of armed warriors encircle him. Instructor Wujin orders the attack. Two warriors immediately rush from different sides. Yeonmyeong lands a swift kick, but while distracted, the rest lunge with weapons. He perceives every micro-movement. Before their blades connect, he vanishes. The warriors are shocked and confused. Suddenly, Yeonmyeong appears above them in midair, rings on all 10 fingers. He declares it's time to test his new technique. Hands crossed, eyes glowing green. As warriors brace, Yan Meiyang hurls all 10 rings downward. Confused by the scattered rings, they suddenly transform midair. Turning into sharp, spinning blades, they attack before anyone can react. Yan Meiyang commands them to spin, moving in a wild, chaotic pattern, executing the whirling line frenzy dance. Instructor Wujin watches in disbelief, realizing Yan Meiyang neutralized trained members instantly. Moreover, he controlled the wide-range attack to merely graze everyone's skin, avoiding fatal injuries. Wujin approaches, holding a ring, asking if Yan Meiyang created this technique himself. Yan Meiyang confirms, naming the move Whirling Line Frenzy Dance. Wujin is impressed. Escaping that radius would be nearly impossible. Maintaining such a technique must consume massive internal energy. It's baffling how he even managed. In response, Yeonmyeong explained he once requested the eye technique manual. Wujin nodded, recalling the piercing sky and current flow eyes. He'd recommended piercing sky eyes, knowing current flow was incomplete. But Yeonmyeong revealed he'd mastered it. Wujin was stunned. He thought, current flow eyes, an ancient Tang family technique, mastered by an outsider. Yeonmyeong explained that even with its missing essence, he recognized it as an ascendant martial art technique. With current flow eyes, he could discern perfect trajectories, enabling precise weapon shots with minimal internal energy. Nothing surprised Wujin anymore. Yeonmyeong, through self-exploration, had indeed filled the missing essence. Wujin then mentioned that in 2 months his team's juniors would arrive for the same test. They'd already proven their skill, but insisted on returning only after further refinement. Yeonmyeong smiles, finding it interesting. He's genuinely excited to see his friend's new strength. Watching him leave, Wujin wonders if Yeonmyeong truly worried about his team. Meanwhile, Yeonmyeong gazes at the sky, pondering fate. In his past life, his only bond was his master, the sword ghost. Now, despite his past, new connections form, creating an ordinary life. Because of this, he thinks of his team, realizing that for some reason. He wants to see them too. Back in the cave, the chaotic battle rages. Mirio and Aijan scold Yuri for eating all the meat. 2 months later, the team is ready to advance. They're pumped, heading for the stronghold. Mirio reflects, on day 1 they were novices. Now their power is on a new level. Aijan admits he's excited to meet Yeonmyeong again, while Yuri grumbles she'll split his head. From behind, other trainees watch the trio, whispering they're scary. The team enters Gangdong Mountain Stronghold's hall. Mirio shouts, demanding Tang Yanmian come out. The hall is silent. Mirio looks around, wonders why it's quiet, then laughs, asking if he ran away scared. Yuri clicks her tongue, wishing she could smash his head. Mirio turns, yelling he's too quiet, but suddenly freezes. Yanmian stands right behind her, hand casually on her shoulder. Whispering he hid to surprise them, he smirks, asking what they planned for his head, calling them cuties. The 3 students stare in shock. He asks if they talked about smashing his head, then playfully suggests a training results demo or he attacks first. Mirio and Yuri shout they were just joking. Mirio bites her lip, realizing they missed him until they turned, and consequently, she wonders if this is their skill gap, despite their time honing senses in the forest. Our hero suddenly hugs Yuri, catching Mirio's eye. She studies him, wondering what he'd done. She then notices Yeonmyeong has grown taller, his face changed. She blushes, then scolds herself for such thoughts. Our boy reassures her not to be discouraged, explaining they've grown much stronger, even from his perspective. He adds they seem less impressive because he's there. The 3 look irritated, his annoying self-confidence unchanged. Meanwhile, at the round table, instructor Jagal Changshin calls everyone. He asks if anyone notable emerged. One instructor mentions participant 2, noting her significant growth. He explains, rather than a will to strengthen, she burns with immense hatred, feeding on that emotion. Another instructor brings up participant 10, who passed the warrior test in a month. Changshin thinks 2 and 10 are outstanding, but after facing 28 Yanmeng, they seem ordinary. He recalls his shock when our protagonist broke the formation, displaying skills even masters couldn't perform. Changshin deems recruiting 28 too risky. The boy noticed his scheming. When asked if he's all right, Changshin lies. He claimed his group lacked outstanding members. Number 28 was excluded. They needed a controllable puppet. Instead, he suggested recruiting number 2. He'd introduce her to his nephew, believing her disfigured face would make her easy to manipulate. Changshan's plan: help her win, engage her to his nephew, and the Jekyll family would become the Tang family head's official external family, eventually merging the Tang family with their main house. The meeting ends. Walking out, Changshan muses number 28 is too valuable to lose. If our hero survives, he'll tempt him with revenge, adopt him, and make him Jiggle's young clan leader. Later at the manor, Mirio is happy. Despite doubled training, nothing beats good sleep. She asks Yuri if Ijan and Yeonmyeong went to the lab. Yuri confirms. Ijan stormed in, teeth grinding. In the lab, he smirks, vial in hand. "This is the poison I put my soul in." Suddenly, our hero grabs the poison bowl and chugs it. Ijan freaks out, demanding why he drank so much. Calling him a maniac, he violently shakes Yeonmyeong until our hero feels faint. Foam appears, then our guy burps right in Ijan's face. Ijan collapses in shock, our protagonist feeling immune. He smirks, asking if the poison was weaker than expected. At this, Ijan almost cries. Ijan shouts it's a deadly poison, wondering why our hero is fine. Our guy teases, "Maybe your poison just isn't that good." Ijan, furious, screams, "Why aren't you dying?" Outside, Mirio and Yuri hear the ruckus, guessing it's not working. Our boy then drinks another bowl. Ijan warns him not to chug poison like booze, but our protagonist asks for more, completely unaffected. Ijan slams his fist, raging. Is he immune to everything? Meanwhile, Yeonmyeong wipes his lips, deep in thought. He knows this isn't immunity. Instead, it's the Tang family's core technique, poison refining madness. He believes true poison masters should control even ingested poisons. As expected, the poisons entering his body transformed into internal energy. Thus, within limits, poisons are no different from an elixir for our boy. However, he knows this state requires deep understanding. Weak poisons barely boost his internal energy now. He needs stronger ones. He faces looming dangers. Yeonmyeong can't guarantee victory against the Black Death Alliance or Heaven's brilliant demon lord. No personal grudge against the Black Death Alliance, but their division of Sichuan City cannot stand. Their leader, a genius, destroyed 3 of the 9 factions. To live, he must regain his past life's strength. AI Jun, exhausted, mutters about creating the Tang family's 10 poisons. Our hero asks what he said. Yejun explains these are their ancestors' strongest poisons. He adds, the higher the number, the stronger the poison. Most formulas, however, were lost. The 10th poison was so potent, even transcendent masters were affected. Yeonmyeong is shocked, thinking, a poison affecting transcendent masters is worth coveting. He asks Ijan for the 10th poison. Ijan refuses, formula lost. Our guy's disappointed. Ijan's current poison no longer affects him. Angered, Ijan warns the 10th is forbidden, too dangerous, even our boy wouldn't survive. At night, participant 2 fights a man choking her. Black fumes escape his mouth as he demands what she did. He coughs, fire erupting. She challenges him to repeat it. She mocks his face as fire erupts from his eyes and mouth. He shouts, lunging at her, but his hand shatters like stone before he can reach her. He falls, completely shattering. She smirks, noting he burned to ashes instantly. She marvels at her grandfather's poison, the Tang family's 10th. Touching her disfigured face, she vows the pain from that day is unforgettable. She will unleash this rage and pain. She flips her hair. Revealing herself as Tang Young Ryang, she smirked, vowing to torment Yeonmyeong in the goo poison match. The next day, Supervisor Tang Woojin addressed the team. He noted another year of training had passed, explaining he'd been refining their martial arts. But the real challenge begins today. Specifically, they would decide on a team leader. Students looked shocked, so Woojin clarified, a temporary leader for now. However, by the 3rd year, they will officially elect a leader for the goo poison match. He adds that since it's a life-or-death battle, the most outstanding participant should lead. Yuri notes not all participants go to the goo match, and Mirio realizes this means latecomers will die. She says the choice should be based on achievements, pointing to participant 28, Tang Yeonmyeong. Ijan agrees, stating our boy is the leading contender. The supervisor asks for objections. Everyone remains silent. Then, supervisor calls number 28 forward for his reward. He presents a small chest with the heavenly heart pill, an elixir of 100-year ginseng, greatly boosting internal energy. Other members are shocked such a precious item goes to Yeonmyeong. The supervisor explains this privilege is for the team leader. The Tang family has high expectations. Internally, he believes his expectations for Yeonmyeong are even higher. The protagonist asks, anything else? Woojin looks confused. Our boy asks for something other than the elixir, claiming he doesn't need it. This angers the members. They shout, questioning its worth, demanding he hand it over if he won't consume it. The supervisor, finding elixir refusal odd unless internal energy is full, asks Yeonmyeong what he wants. Our hero replies, "The Tang family's 10 poisons." Later, the team gathers in Yeonmyeong's room, staring at weapons. Mirio asks, "Is this all you got? Where's the elixir?" Our boy, blade in hand, explains he couldn't get poisons, so he grabbed these. Mirio tries to punch him, but he dodges, making her yell, "You fool!" Yuri says to respect his choice. Ijan adds the elder will be stoked to save the pill. Our protagonist cuts in, revealing he hasn't returned it yet, hours earlier. The supervisor hands our boy weapons, asking if he's sure. Our hero regrets not getting the poison. Enough, supervisor asked if he needed more. He asked about the returned pill. Supervisor said it returns to the medicine hall, but he suggested the team gets the pill if they defeat the temporary leader. Supervisor agreed, good motivation. Back in the present, he finished explaining, then challenged them before the goo poison match. Immediately, team members sprinted for weapons, shouting Tang Yunmeng is done for. Watching them go, our protagonist vowed no mercy. As young clan leader, he'd ensure everyone received a heavenly heart pill. He then stepped out to sort the pecking order. Seasons passed, the team grew. Mid-fight, our boy knocked Ijan away, asking his loss count. Ijan replied 173 times. Mirio wondered if our hero ever tired. Yuri admitted she gave up fighting ages ago, now just living for Yeonmyeong's face. Mirio blushed, agreeing it was fun to watch. Finally, our boy extends a hand to Ijan. With Ijan's accepted defeat, he takes the position. Ijan takes his hand, saying he can't imagine Yeonmyeong losing. The supervisor approaches, praising their growth and formally appointing participant 28 as team leader. He announces the actual goo poison match begins tomorrow. Other teams suffered deaths and disqualifications. Group 7, however, is safe, achieving growth comparable to the Bongwi Brigade. He gives a final warning. Goo poison match allows all extreme poisons, save the 10 forbidden. Maximize your potential. Next day, Ijan gives our protagonist a box of poisons. He warns the elixir-suppressed fairy poison is lethal in one drop, explaining ocular poison. Suddenly, he stops worrying, asking him to promise victory. Ijan extends his fist. Our hero grips it, says yes, playfully punching him. He vows only teammates can harm him, then teleports away. Tang Young Ryong, poison in hand, declares the day has come. Lucky to have the 10 poisons and a new ally, she enters a portal. Instructor Yeagle Changshin waits. She asks how his family will assist. He explains their formation controls the arena, making her good positioning easy. Ryong asks their price. The instructor admitted his family's powerlessness, proposing an alliance with the Tangs, retaining sovereignty. Ryong realized he sought her backing for clan intervention, asking about later rejection. He replied, "That's why I'm building trust now." Deal discussed. Ryong looked pleased. She thought, 3 years for this moment. She vowed to kill Yanmian, reclaim her life. Elsewhere, Team 3's Tang Gukrin stood bloodied, sword in hand, looking disappointed. He'd complained the Tang family's military force was all talk. Dead warriors who tried to train him lay behind. Our boy finally arrived, surveying the location. Perfect day for someone to die, he thought. The goo poison match began. From the cliff, he gazed down at the vast goo poison arena. Finding anyone would take time. Meanwhile, instructor Jaggle Changshin watched our protagonist via magic, as expected from Group 7. Number 28 appears. He sees our boy's potential wasted. With the Jiggle family's choice, he moves to eliminate him swiftly, preventing variables. Changshin is shocked. He sees our guy looking directly through magical observation. He's unsure how, his vision hidden behind layers of formations. Without hesitation, our boy slashes the empty air, severing the formation connection. He'd felt an unpleasant gaze, suspecting the Jiggle family. He recalled Supervisor Woojin's rule, no interference. Yet they'd meddled from the start, so he'd let them try anything. He leaped off the cliff, intending to question them post-match. Meanwhile, inside, Changshin panted, terrified. He'd been cloaked by layers of formations, yet the boy saw through them. He realized if he hadn't withdrawn his sight quickly, he'd be blind. He saw the boy's swordsmanship tear through the formation. He'd never witnessed such skill. Changshin realized his miscalculation. Number 28 was too powerful. His eyes turned red. He resolved to stop the boy at all costs, fearing revenge. Meanwhile, a girl ran through the forest, panting, bleeding. She didn't want to die, regretting the competition. She only wanted a decent result to help her poor parents. Her plan, surrender and withdraw, but she encounters Tang Gukrin. He's covered in blood, standing over many dead bodies. He looks at her, saying, "A good time for a gathering." She tries to flee, desperate to surrender, but Tang Gukrin instantly appears behind her. She'd surrender to anyone, leave the Tang family, yet Tang Gukrin mocks her. He asks what she said about him becoming clan leader, then insults her. Talked big, didn't last long. Furthermore, he mocked her lightness technique, calling her internal energy pathetic. She shouted, "Why go this far? We're all Tang family." Tang Gyakrin smirked, resting his sword on her shoulder. He cared nothing for her words, having never considered himself Sichuan Tang. With an easy swipe, he slit her neck. Meanwhile, he ran across the ground. He stopped at a cave, exactly what he needed, no human presence. No risk of being found. He enters the cave, senses clear. He'll quickly ascend to transcendence here. Deep inside, he believes his grown body prevents side effects. He gathers energy in his abdomen, combining enlightenment with internal energy from Ajan's poisons. Suddenly, his body bursts with immense power. He shatters the meridian barrier, and his internal energy explodes. Martial artists endure immense pain as joints break and reattach, a literal rebirth. But for our protagonist, this second experience is easy. His eyes glow green, his body shaking with energy. He finishes the process. Wiping sweat, he wonders if cleansing his meridians now was wise. He complains of the filth smell, yet admits it feels good. Afterward, our boy emerges from the cave to stand before the cliff. He tests his power, 2 fingers forward. An invisible force shatters the cave stones. The protagonist smirks, pleased with his energy's efficiency, deciding to move. Elsewhere, Tang Gukrin stands before a tree, bloodied sword. He complains, "This is boring. What have you been doing for 3 years?" John Gill, beaten, clenches his teeth on the ground, cursing his luck. He recalls the rumor. Tang Gukrin, an orphan raised by the elder, is monstrously strong. John Gill thought striking first might help, but couldn't even touch his collar. Realizing death is imminent, he thinks of Tang Yanmeng. Avoiding our hero eases his mind, he laughs. Tang Gukrin asks why. John Gill exhales, saying he thought of someone scarier than Gukrin. Tang Gukrin feels insulted. He vows to be scarier, then shares a secret since John Gill is dying. He reveals he's a Black Death Alliance spy of the Great Darkness Silent Sword sect. His real name, Mak Nguk. He raises his sword to slaughter John Gill, but Mak suddenly freezes. He feels a strange sensation, cannot move, wonders what's happening. Our boy enters from the side. Feeling a presence, he checks, then sees the boy on the ground, a familiar face. He asks Jongjil if he's recovered from their last fight. Confused, Jongjil asks, "Who are you?" The scene shifts to the past, a young boy before an elder. The elder agrees to the boy spying for the Sichuan Tang family. He tells the boy his talent, feigning orphanhood for days, will attract someone. He explains the Tang family's leader competition will start to weaken their ranks, if the boy returns after completing the mission. Everyone in the family will acknowledge him. Now Mac lies bruised, biting his lip, insides dissolving. He wonders what our guy did. Our guy walks toward John Gill, who stares. "Are you Yon Mayung?" Our protagonist asks. "Slam your face into the ground to prove it." John Gill hesitates, then confirms it's him. Yon Mayung points at Tang Jukrin, asking, "Did he confess to being a spy?" John Gill shouts, "Yes." Our hero realized this spy was the tale he sensed before entering the mountain. He decided to capture him. He then removed a poison needle from Tang Gukrin's neck, shocking John Gill. John Gill asked if the protagonist poisoned the needle, marveling at its small size and effect. John Gill suggested detoxifying the spy for interrogation, but our hero refused. If the spy is from a dark faction like the Black Death Alliance, his motives are clear, no need to heal him. Jongjil observes our hero, noting his great change and Yeonmyeong's unfazed nature. He bows, sincerely apologizing for their past animosity. Our guy smiles, telling him to forget it. He holds no grudge. John Gill shouts a warning. Behind Yeonmyeong, Tang Gukrin leaps for a final attack, screaming he'll take them to death. He dashes down, but our protagonist vanishes. Tang Gukrin lands confused, our hero appearing behind him. Our hero, "I don't spare dying men you attacked, so I'll erase you completely." He puts a hand on Tang Gukrin's shoulder. "No corpse to clean up. Better." Tang Gukrin's eyes welled, deeming our boy ruthless. He collapsed dead. John Gill watched, awestruck, utterly overwhelmed. He knew the spy, a Great Darkness Silent Swordmaster, our hero, defeated effortlessly. Yeonmyeong asked John Gill what he'd do now that it was just them. John Gill offered to surrender, but didn't know the exit. Our boy swiped his dagger, tearing a hole in the formation. "Leave," he commanded. "No send-off needed." John Gill thanks him for sparing his life. Our protagonist vanishes. John Gill smiles, wishing him luck. Meanwhile, at Darkmoon Sword Sect, the elder holds a shattered spiritual bead. He wonders what's happening. The bead in his youngest son is broken. His son is dead. He recalls his son, a servant yet uniquely talented. To protect him from his jealous wife, he sent him as a spy to the Tang family. The elder clenches his fists in rage. Feeling like a failed father, he vows to settle this grudge. He orders disciples to Gangdong Mountain, declaring the Tang family's downfall is near. No one bearing the Tang surname will return alive. Back on the mountain at night, our boy eats by a fire but senses something amiss. He's run day and night without seeing anyone, realizing the formation was manipulated to keep people away. He deduces the survivor works with the Jegal family, scoffing at their arrogant plan to increase Tang family influence. Our boy lies, gazing at the beautiful night sky and moon, wishing he could show it to his mother. He wonders how she is, then falls asleep. Nearby, Tang Young Ryang hides. Seeing him sleep, she's happy to have found someone, recalling her request to meet the last survivor. She thinks our protagonist is handsome. Jagal's nephew, pity his face, but he must die. She swallows a pill, releasing poisonous smoke, spreading incense poison. Dipping her poison knife, she tells the sleeping boy not to resent her. She raises the knife to strike. Our hero speaks. He asks if she's prepared, then grabs her neck. Rian coughs as he lifts her. Our boy asks if she's cooperating with the Jagal family. He accuses her of hiding while others fought, demanding her deal. Ryang clenches her teeth, shocked he knew she was coming. Our protagonist demands, "Answer if you want to breathe." Tang Young Ryang regrets dropping her blade. It's now too far. He stares, suddenly recognizing her. Tang Young Ryang. She's stunned, wondering how he knows her name. After all the trouble, how could he forget? He even considers disfiguring her face. In the control room, instructor Jagal Changshan is frustrated. His plan failed. Number 28 breached the formation, obscuring the view. Number 10 was eliminating rivals, but number 28 killed him instantly. Changshan realizes number 2 Ryang will lose if she faces number 28 now. If number 28 wins, the Jagal family's plans are ruined. Suddenly, he senses a massive energy surge entering the formation. Closer, he sees an entire Dark Moon Sword sect army. Their leader, Yung Yon Song, speaks with Mak and Hu, noting 300-plus troops, including elders and disciples. He questions if full force against the Tang family newcomers is excessive, but Mak and Hu insists it's necessary. Gangdong Mountain is too close. They must crush the Tang family completely. Fewer forces, he claims, would mean defeat. Yansong agrees, then asks about the spy. Frustrated, Mak and Hu says the spy failed, someone he cherished. He orders everyone to stop chatting and move out. Changshan watches through the formation, wondering why the Dark Moon sect leader is here. He realizes a spy was involved and considers reporting to the Bangui brigade. He pauses, a smile appears. He realizes if he lets intruders kill number 28, his plan stays hidden. The Tang family won't know Jiggle's involvement. He lets the invaders in. In the forest, our protagonist grips Ryang's neck. Ryang clenches her teeth, realizing he's Mayang, cursing her oversight. Seeking a chance for her hidden weapon, our boy eyes her dropped blade. He asks if the red substance is poison, noting it's bright red. Ryang, thinking him distracted, pulls a bottle and attempts to throw it. He catches her hand midair, scolding her for useless attempts. He takes the bottle, asking if it's the blade's poison. Ryang refuses. He throws her down, grabs her face, threatening old days. Ryang screams to be let go. He demands she open her mouth. She refuses, hating it, promising to talk. Still, he moves the bottle toward her mouth. He tells her to taste it to know the poison. She screams, terrified, finally confessing. It's fire dragon poison, one of the Tang family's 10 poisons. Our boy pauses, remembering the 10 poisons are not to be used lightly. Thrilled it's genuine, he sees it as an elixir for himself, a waste for her to consume. Ryang begs for release, offering surrender or to help fight other participants. Our protagonist ignores her, squeezing her face tighter. He hasn't heard the full answer. He demands, is she cooperating with the Jegal family? What promises were made? Hesitate and he'll force-feed her the poison. Ryang immediately spits out the truth. She admits a marriage alliance was proposed. The Jegal family wants to merge with the Tang family for loyalty. Our boy understands. They plan to secure status by marrying the future young clan leader. He assumes Ryang eagerly accepted. Suddenly, our protagonist drinks the poison. Ryang screams, "What are you doing?" He just says, "You're not getting any no matter how you look." Ryang is terrified. Even invulnerability can't withstand the 10 poisons. She watches, expecting him to burn. He merely burps, tastes like strawberries. Suddenly, his body bursts into flames. Ryang watches in awe, his grip unyielding. The fire vanishes. Our protagonist is normal again. He remarks on the sudden spiciness, horrifying Ryang, nearly bringing her to tears. She realizes this is impossible. He must have reached the legendary poisoner's state, immune to all poisons, killing with a breath. Recalling her grandfather's words, she asks if he is a poisoner. He grips her face tighter, annoyed she truly intended to kill him. After her defeat, he gazes at his fiery hand. He senses the poison-refining energy transformed after absorbing the fire dragon poison. He feels he has mastered the martial art of yin and yang. He thanks Ryang, having gained something valuable. Suddenly, he looks up. A huge light fills the sky like the sun rising at midnight. The wind picks up. He has no clue what's happening. This isn't the competition's end. He senses unfamiliar presences, dozens, perhaps over 300. Something is wrong. The Jaggle family must have noticed such a large group. They deliberately let intruders into the formation to cause a massacre. Our protagonist smirks, poison needles ready. Targets coming to him is a stroke of luck. He declares, in this goo poison match, only he will survive. The instructor reports to the supervisor. Hearing this, the supervisor shouts, "Intruders, what did you say?" Changshin confirms a spy was among them. Wanjin demands, "Enemy identified, how large is their force?" Changshin feigns uncertainty, then reveals over 300 Dark Moon sect troops led by their leader. Wanjin is horrified, questioning how they found this place, hidden by the 7-lock Phantom Dome. He resolves they must stop them immediately. Changshin acts concerned, claiming this was unforeseen. He explains the intruders are now in the inner world where the goo poison match is underway, reminding Wanjin they made it impossible to intervene within the formation. Therefore, the remaining clan children must now survive alone. Inside the formation, our protagonist stands amidst countless corpses. Moments ago, Makin-Hu stood over Tang Gukrin's body, regretting his youngest's poisoned, abnormal death. Yeon-sang confirmed their entry, noting needle marks and clear signs of a one-sided struggle. Makin-Hu then ordered his troops, "Search thoroughly, find those Tang family rats." He commanded immediate reports upon discovery, declaring no Tang family member would survive. Immediately, a search party departed. A disciple asked his master if the leader seemed troubled, noting his usual open killing intent. The master suspected the body was the leader's planted spy. He noted the only injury was a neck needle mark, confusing unless coated with instant death poison. He warned his disciple, the Tang family targets life itself. Martial prowess means nothing. He warns the disciple about hidden weapons. The disciple agrees, but a needle suddenly strikes his neck, dropping him instantly. The master, confused, wonders where the attack came from. He shouts, "Ambush, draw swords," alerting everyone. He demands the attacker show themselves, warning disciples to stay vigilant. Suddenly, another shouts, "Master, look up." Countless needles rain down from the sky. The troops are overwhelmed, taking hits everywhere. Amidst the chaos, our boy smiles, knowing his single-palm blazing poison technique is lethal to foot soldiers. He raises his hand, steam technique, retrieving all poison needles. This combo, he notes, uses minimal internal energy. Protagonist then faces the bodies, deciding to seek the group that went east. Elsewhere, a man brings news to Makin-Hu. "Everyone dead?" Makin-Hu asks. The man confirms. He reports no external injuries, just needle marks indicating extreme poison like the first corpse. Soon, the Western lookout reports annihilation. The Eastern report is identical. Makin-Hu realizes no group survived. Yeon-sang notes over an hour, nearly 100 men fallen by this method. He suggests it's one person's doing. Makin-Hu thinks many enemies would be horrific, but this is clearly a Tang family master. He feels hunted. He orders Yeon-song to command while he prepares the ambush. Yeon-song questions this, but Makin-Hu, unable to lose more disciples, entrusts command to Yeon-song. Yeon-song leads troops across a river, noting the eerie silence. With the sun setting, night approaches. He worries if they don't find the ambusher, they'll be annihilated. He decides to withdraw and regroup before damage escalates. He turns to his troops, announcing departure in an hour. Suddenly, a voice asks, "Who decided that?" Our protagonist sits casually above a tree. He won't let them go. Yeon-song clenches his teeth, bewildered by the boy's unseen arrival. Before Yeon-song reacts, his troops collapse, pierced by needles. He can't believe they died without sensing the attack. The boy jumps down, approaching Yeon-song, who realizes this youth is the massacre's cause. He marvels at a boy using such high-level techniques. Seeing the needles return, he suspects void absorption, a grandmaster technique. But watching him retrieve them instead of attacking, Yeon-song deduces it consumes immense internal energy. He calls the boy arrogant for confronting him directly, not using surprise. Yeon-song smirks, claiming he's never heard of such a Tang family young master. The boy then pockets the needles. He says Yeon-song needn't know him. A man dying today needs no name. Yeon-song rages. Veins bulging, he shouts. "You're eager to die?" He powers up, body expanding, clothes tearing. He shouts, throwing a massive punch to smash our protagonist. Our protagonist blocks the punch with his palm. As energies clash, Yeon-song is shocked his max power was blocked. Our guy smirks. Surely this isn't your max power. He tells Yeon-song he'll give him time to reach his true maximum. Yeon-song's past, his Spearpoint sect, one of 9 factions, fell to the Black Death Alliance. He willingly joined. Upon meeting the Alliance leader, his peak-shaking staff technique transformed. The leader, deeming its name weak, renamed it Heavenly Quick Palm. Now a youngster bests that technique. Back in the present, our protagonist deflects Yeon-song's fist. As they clash, Yansong is unsettled by our boy's calm face. Our hero reflects on his power. He knows fire dragon venom holds a fire dragon's breath. Controlling this venom with a venomous aura creates a force like sword force. Sword force cuts through, venom force soaks into everything. Our guy's eyes glow red like a fire dragon. Yansong struggles to deflect this power, clenching his teeth, wondering what this incredible yang energy is. Our hero uses the burning glaze technique. Intense heat instantly turns Yeon-sang's body to coal. He falls dead. Mayung names this venom Fiery Demon Force. He asks the troops, who's next to burn? The troops are terrified, their leader dead so easily. Our protagonist tells them, I won't let you live. Die quickly. Suddenly, Dark Moon sect leader Mak In-hoo steps forward. He draws his sword, roaring with rage. You killed my youngest son, the spy. I'll leave not even your ashes. Mak In-hoo orders a Charian formation, surrounding him. Mayung is immediately surrounded, troops warn of poison and hidden weapons. Mak In-hoo's losses weigh heavily. The pain of losing disciples and his son fuels his resolve. Our hero must be eliminated, their sacrifices won't be in vain. Our boy sees the Charian formation, reminded of training. He once used the whirling chaos dance, but now he'll try something new. Suddenly his figure blurs. An opponent shouts he vanished, warning everyone to stay alert, but they can't track him. Our protagonist moves among them, cutting them down. Mak In-hoo can't understand what's happening. He's shocked he missed our boy's movement, wondering his true identity. Mayung reappears. An opponent shouts in anger, lunging at him for killing his brothers. Our boy raises his hand, saying he'll borrow their swords, using the destruction principle. He shatters their swords with his bare hand, never touching the blades. Monster! The man screams, unable to believe he shattered their blades without touching them. He then uses dispersal to scatter the broken blade scraps. He controls the force, making them spin into a tornado of metal shards. The opponent screams in horror, recognizing the legendary Tang family's 10,000 heavenly flower rain. Impossible. The shard tornado strikes, tearing opponents to pieces. A brutal massacre. He admits it's not the true 10,000 heavenly flower rain, but enough for lesser foes. He names it Iron Shard Volley. Bodies fall one by one. He looks at Ma In-hoo, asking if it's his turn to step in after using his men to exhaust his strength. Ma In-hoo, furious, draws both swords, warning him not to get cocky. He vowed to grind Ma Yang to dust with Tae-yi Twin and Silent Sword. Our boy smirked, calling it a death wish. Mak In-hoo immediately dashed forward, shouting he'd crush him. Our boy simply lifted his small knife. Mak In-hoo unleashed his full arsenal, Tae-yi Twin Sword, Silent Sword 10-strike, Art Sorrel Sword Dance. Every attack looked slow to our protagonist. He eventually got bored and yawned, further irritating his opponent. The bastard attacks again with a Silent Sword, but our hero is unscathed. Exhausted, Mak In-hoo breathes heavily, leaning on his sword, baffled his technique failed against a simple knife. Our boy interrupts, claiming swordsmanship expertise, quickly grasping Mak In-hoo's attack flow. Finally, our guy asks if the technique was meant this way, as black fumes emanate from his knife. Terrified, Mak In-hoo asks how Mayung can wield the Silent Sword technique. Mayung explains, the sword's murderous energy means it was forged for killing, not for difficult handling. Mak In-hoo is confused, unable to process this. An ultimate twin sword master barely managed this trick. Dismissing it so casually makes no sense. Our boy recalls the man he killed hours ago used this technique. He asks if Mak In-hoo belongs to the Dark Moon Sword sect. Our boy admits he knows little, but they're with the Black Death Alliance. The Alliance adapts martial arts to any user, regardless of original skills. That's why people abandon their past lives to join. Mak In-hoo asks his point. Our hero's just disappointed by such a trivial technique. Anyone can imitate it if they handle murderous energy. He then mocks Mak In-hoo. The leaders bestowed this martial art, clearly doubting him. Mak In-hoo curses, but our boy ignores him. Since Mak In-hoo gave his all, he'll now reveal true ability, warning him not to be amazed. Green energy radiates from Ma Yang. He explains, at a transcendental level, blade length is irrelevant. Instantly, his knife blade gleams green, extending with light energy. Manhwa is left in utter shock. He then unleashes the blade rival technique. With immense energy, he slashed his knife. The impact cut through mountain and forest, forming a huge depression. The protagonist wondered if the damage was smaller, his body not like before. Manhwa couldn't comprehend this, no normal technique could. He realized the protagonist handled blade energy with ease, reaching the final stage. Suddenly, a murderous voice asked, "Is that important?" Terrified, Manhwa dashes, dodging. The kid scoffs, "Running won't save you, old coot. It's over the moment you're caught." But Ma Yang pauses before his next slash. As a Tang clan member, he'll end him the Tang way. He reaches under his robe, pulling rings. Manhwa sprints desperately through the forest. "This can't be," he thinks. "Who raised such a monster in the Tang clan's ruins?" Suddenly, rings fly at Manhwa, slicing through trees like tofu. He tries to deflect, but terrifying speed and power overwhelm him. Running is futile, fight he must. He dodges and blocks, but rings crack his sword, cut his body. Arm cut. Manhwa stands bleeding but defiant, shouting, "Happy I blocked them all?" As long as he lives, he can plan. That skill drained the boy. From the front, our boy calmly enters. He asks if Manhwa deserves praise, shocking Manhwa that he's not tired. With a finger flick, his rings appear, hovering and pointing at Manhwa, who clenches his teeth in disbelief. He curses this bastard, regretting joining the Black Death Alliance only to be defeated by a boy he couldn't even touch. Ultimately, the rings strike Manhwa down. They return to Ma Yang's finger, satisfied he caught everyone. Pleased with his experimental gains, he plans to teach them to his people as leader. He leaves now. Loose ends, the elder who cornered his mother and the Jekyll family plotting to seize the clan. He vows to set things right, an eye for an eye. He immediately slashes his blade through the formation wall. Outside, Supervisor Wanjin shouts, "Is there truly no way in?" Instructor Changshin apologizes, claiming intervention was impossible. He feigns shock at the turn of events while others worry, but Changshin harbors dark intentions. With the entrance sealed, no one escapes alive. He knows the Dark Moon Sword sect sent over 300 soldiers. Even number 28 will struggle to return. A waste of talent, he muses, but they can't be caught hindering the plan. He consoles himself, others are the clan's future. Then the arena sky cracks and something strange occurs. Our boy cuts through the formation and steps out. His team erupts, they wouldn't lose easily. Yuri rushes to hug him, asking if he's hurt. He jokes, "Until this competition ends, you're the only one who's hurt me." Changshin looks visibly tense. Jejel Changshin is terrified to him. It's impossible. 300 soldiers couldn't handle one young punk. Our boy notices Changshin's tense face, quickly hidden. Meanwhile, John Gill waves at the protagonist. Mayang smiles back. Changshin cannot believe it. He recalls the protagonist cracking the 7-lock Phantom Dome formation. The kid sliced through a battle formation like nothing. He thinks our hero is a monster. Even a master would normally be trapped. The boy turns to look at Changshin. He could kill the instructor now, but waits to behead. Wanjin smiles, Myang safe at last. Our boy bows, apologizing for the worry, but plans to handle Tang clan elders first. Wanjin asks what happened inside, where are the others? Then the earth shakes. Warriors think earthquake, but one points skyward. A crack forms midair, light pours out. Changshin is tense. The formation unit breaks. It shatters, fragments falling, revealing hundreds of corpses inside. Wanjin notes most uniforms belong to the Dark Moon Sword sect, though some differ. He wonders if our protagonist faced all these people alone, admitting even he'd struggle with over 30. Suddenly, a warrior shouts, pointing to a body. He recognizes the double sword sheath, Manhwa, the sect leader. Wanjin saw the severed body, realizing even the sect leader was no match for Yeonmyeong, who calmly stated they were just numerous, not hard to deal with. Wanjin expected as much. Yeonmyeong is beyond a sect head's level. Other teams discussed, shocked Yeonmyeong handled over 100 enemies, including Dark Moon Sword sect. They were certain the head position was his. Munchin ground his teeth. He's bitter, a dead weight due to his ruined arm. He despises Tang Yanmian, once martial arts trash, now so strong. He hates how someone like him dares to rise. Wanjin interrupts Munchin's thoughts, declaring the tournament's end. He announces the sole winner, number 28, Tang Yanmian, asking for objections. Munchin tries to speak, but Wanjin cuts him off. With no objections, he declares the process concluded fairly. He orders warriors to gather before the victor. Dozens immediately stand before our protagonist's team. Ajun is overwhelmed by so many warriors. Wanjin believes decades after the Tang clan's fall, a new honor has emerged for revival. He then loudly appoints Tang Yanmian as the new master. Wanjin and 82 members kneel, bowing to greet the new clan head. Yanmian's team is amazed, realizing that just by being the head. His immense respect made them question formal address. Wanjin hoped this youth under 20 would restore the clan's Sichuan reputation. Our hero addressed them, knowing their desires, promising swift realization and asking for trust. The warriors, feeling he read their minds, looked at him respectfully. His words proved him the true leader. All pledged to follow Tang Yanmian. Our protagonist tells them to prepare for the main house. Moon Chan watches them leave, furious, asking why Yon Mayung gets everything. He vows revenge, even selling his soul to the devil. With a final glare, he vows to bring him down. Later, Joint Sex T-Hyo surveys the arena's bodies, stating immediate arrival. Suddenly, a man descends from the sky, landing hard. It's Hyun-So. He scolds Taehyo for going alone, reminding him to act like a leader. Taehyo ignores him, noting the silence. Hyun-So can't sleep near the corpses. He notes the unusual fact, over 300 people killed. He wonders if it's an old eagle better than a young crow, given the Tang family's past prestige. But he recalls fewer than 100 family members were on the mountain. Taehyo agrees it's strange. The mountain is an open area. They should have heard of something this big. Hyun-So suggests the Tang family is moving, purposely avoiding them. Why hide this, especially after sending valuables for the tournament? Taehyo examines a body. Has the Tang family's blade technique declined this much? How many were killed by a sword? Hyun-So is confused. Taehyo shouts, not a sword, a short blade. Do you realize these corpses are the work of one person? Taehyo states his eyes cannot be deceived. He explains that most bodies show signs of defeat by a learned sword technique, but no mastery, hence the scattered cuts. Yet those who couldn't even draw their weapons were dealt with in a second. Taehyo concludes few possess such skill. He must meet this person and declares they're going to Sichuan. Hyun-So asks his master if they're truly going, worried about encountering the killer. Taehyo scoffs. Has Hyun-So forgotten I'm at the pinnacle? Protecting myself is no issue. Hyun-So worried, but Taehyo insisted. Even a foolish killer wouldn't rashly pick a fight. Hyun-So sighed, unable to sway his master's stubbornness. He suggested they return to the clan to inform the head. Taehyo smirked, agreeing. Black Death Alliance is south, demonic cult west. The joint sect faces tough times. Hyun-So watched his master depart, suspecting Taehyo sought a deal with the Tang family. His master wanted them to handle the Black Death Alliance, then defeat the demonic cult. But Hyun-So knew the Tang family was long ruined, doubting the plan's success. He hoped his demon sword technique wouldn't be needed. Meanwhile, Elder Samu Jangro wrote a talisman. A man reported the warriors had returned with the participants. The elder assumed Tang Young Ryung won easily with her skills and fire dragon poison, the competition ending quickly. But the man hesitated. Miss Ryung wasn't among the returnees. The elder shouted in shock. At the main gate, 2 guards discussed the winner. They were shocked to see a large group led by our protagonist, his team, and participants. The guards recognized the Tang family symbol, realizing the competition was over. News spread fast. The town gathered, amazed the competition ended so quickly. Excited for the winner, the crowd also wondered about the handsome man leading the group. Girls blushed at Yeonmyeong. A man called for his daughter, Sohee, who waved back. Her father, relieved, mentioned many deaths. Families reunited. But some parents couldn't find their children, beginning to cry. Myung watched, realizing his own mother must be worried too. He wonders if she'll recognize him, curious about her expression. Yuri points out her father, a glasses-wearing general admin employee. Our boy jokingly asks if she's already asking him to look after her dad. Yuri admits she can't pass up such a chance. Too honest, Yuri explains her father's skilled but unpromoted because he won't suck up. He thinks that's not bad. Those not close to elders will be useful when he takes charge. He plans to rally support. Tang Kisum, a family official, entered, praising the warriors and the Jaggle family. Instructor Changshin quickly bowed, inquiring of Kisum's well-being. Kisum chuckled, noting Changshin hadn't changed. He thanked the Jaggle family for assisting the main house. He patted Changshin's shoulder, relieved the 7-lock phantom dome formation kept participants safe. Though Changshin knew it was broken, he maintained composure. Kisum then announced he had informed the elders. So they should go to the elder house now. He dismisses the warriors to rest, but Supervisor Woojin interrupts, stating they won't go there. Kisum turns, confused. Woojin then introduces. Woojin declared himself temporary leader of the honor guard. Kisum, surprised, asked if he heard wrong. Woojin cited competition rules. The stealth and poison hall was the winner's seat. He argued they should go there, not the elder house. Kisum, teeth clenched, roared, "How dare a mere warrior speak of principles before the commander-in-chief? Disperse or face punishment." Woojin recognized this as expected resistance. Don't talk back to elders. Suddenly, our protagonist confronts Kisum, asking who he is. He introduces himself, the winner, Tang Yeonmyeong. Kisum later reports to the elders. Asked, he hesitantly names the winner, Tang Yeonmyeong. An elder slams the table, enraged, shouting, "Impossible!" He disbelieves that Brat defeated the fire dragon poison. Other elders mention even their disciples, like Gukrin, lost. Furthermore, Elder Seok finds it impossible that Yeonmyeong defeated Gukrin in just 3 years. He suspects our protagonist cheated. An elder suggests they investigate thoroughly. The fourth elder agrees, demanding to know how Yeonmyeong beat all candidates and insisting on questioning him. Kisum, however, hesitates. He recalls the gate scene. Flashback. Our protagonist told Kisum only the family head can order the heir. A weakened head doesn't mean elders can command in their stead. Kisum insisted on punishing them as protesters, claiming Yeonmyeong unacknowledged. He feared his position if someone with a grudge against the elders became head. So he warned Yeonmyeong not to provoke the elders. Suddenly, Yeonmyeong's eyes glowed green with murderous intent. He unleashed immense energy, striking Kisum. Kisum was terrified, realizing further irritation meant death. Finally, our boy declared, "Whatever those loser elders think." They will follow the competition terms and proceed to the stealth and poison hall. He told Kisum to inform the elders. With the competition ending, their reign is also over. Kisum relayed this, and the elders were furious. One elder, in a rage, split the table, screaming, "How dare that fool act this way?" Another suggested this could be good, as Tang Yeonmyeong isn't officially recognized as leader. He proposed stripping him of his position to teach him a lesson. The elders agree to assess him at the stealth and poison hall. An elder orders warriors to prepare. He summons the Blue Dragon Swordmaster. He accepts. The elder vows to show that rascal the Tang family's true power and authority. At home, Tang Zhaohui is amazed, asking Mayang if he won. Our guy confirms it. Zhaohui believes our boy's aura is immense. His sister will be pleased. But Tang Jai-hyuk, the Poison King and Moon Chan's father, is enraged. He confronts Mayang, asking if he truly believes he's won. Mayang recalls Jai-hyuk's 4-year-old threat, revenge for Moon Chan's arm, but Mayang remembers Jai-hyuk's empty words. He warns Jai-hyuk to be careful with every word and deed while at the Tang house. With a flash of killing intent, Mayang states that otherwise, Jai-hyuk might disable his son's remaining arm too. Outside, Supervisor Woojin recalled Kisum's claim. Our hero is the Poison Phoenix's son. He'd asked the boy earlier but was told to discuss it later. Waiting, Woojin's thoughts turned to the conflict with Heaven's brilliant demon lord. Family warriors fought for their lives. When the Tang family faltered, men arrived bearing the previous lord's head. The enemy pushed on, heedless of poison or death. Woojin had requested elder support to counter the assault. The elders refused, claiming their fall would destroy the family. Woojin believed helping could have lessened the damage. Instead, they blamed the poisoned phoenix, saying she almost destroyed the family. Suddenly, Woojin realized the poisoned phoenix accepted deposition to protect her son. He turned to his troops, saying they'd noticed the true master, declaring a new chance for those who failed that day. But then a shout of "Stop!" came from behind. Inside, he noticed commotion stepping out. Outside, elders and troops arrived. An elder questioned their defiance of the council. Woojin was surprised the elders mobilized their own forces, especially when one demanded Yeonmyeong. He walked out, saying, "No need to fuss, I'm already here." Tang Jokyui noted the third elder and others arrived. The elder shouted he dared claim the leader's seat unpermitted. Descending, he states his victory proves his qualification. Fairness is verified at the stealth and poison hall, he states. What more do they need? The elder shouts about his nasty nature and disrespectful language. Woojin tries to intervene, but the elder cuts him off. He demands he confess everything from the exam to live. Our hero replies what happens in competition is unspeakable. He mocks them, asking if family rules are lighter than expected, or if they suspect unfair advantage. The elder reveals Jaggle Lord reported interference from the Dark Moon Sword sect and nearly 300 villains, arguing it makes the competition unfair. Our protagonist counters. Tang Gukrin and Tang Young Ryong killed other participants, and he ended the competition by eliminating them. He asserts their intervention was post-competition, so fairness is irrelevant. Angered, the elder demands, "Who killed whom?" Protagonist tells him, "Check bodies at Gangdong Mountain." Elder immediately dives, dashing toward our boy at immense speed. Electricity strikes, causing alarm. Our boy blocks the elder's hand. Calmly, he calls him a fool. Hard to believe your granddaughter is dead. Third elder can't believe his attack blocked with one hand. He ponders his demon-killing poison rots sight and hearing on contact, wondering if our boy's strength is superior. But he quickly dismisses it as impossible. The elder prepares for another attack, shouting, "How dare you mock an elder?" Our protagonist pulls out a poison bottle from Ryang. The elder asks where he got it. Our hero counters, "This is the poison you gave your granddaughter." He throws it down. It shatters, erupting in a huge fire blast. Our boy explains, a simple poison bottle might be overlooked, however. This is one of the Tang family's 10 poisons. Supervisor Wu Jin, shocked, asks if it's legendary poison. Meiyang confirms it's fire dragon poison, amazing Wu Jin. He notes fiery energy as the bottle burns, realizing the third elder's storage compromised. The elder is completely shaken. Our hero then asks Wu Jin, are the 10 poisons so trivial they're used for personal greed? Wu Jin flatly refused. Challenging even master warriors is dangerous enough. With the recipe lost, these poisons are priceless. Using them for personal gain warrants severe punishment. The other elders immediately protested, demanding how Wu Jin dared threaten an elder, ordering guards to seize him. Our protagonist questioned if their elder title exempted them from clan rules. He assured the elder he would at least die honorably, and with that. Our hero's flame turns the elder to rock, shattering him, amazing and terrifying all. He hopes the elder's granddaughter awaits him in the afterlife. He calls the elder corrupt, unfit to judge the family head. He decides his own stand. Wu Jin finds his bold defiance outrageous yet impressive, realizing the Tang family's fate shifts. Another elder, enraged, orders troops to attack, demanding immediate restraint of our hero. Our boy confronts Grand Elder Tang Seok-yung. He asks if the Grand Elder knew his disciple endangered the family. The Grand Elder feigns ignorance. Our boy presses, "You didn't know your disciple spied for the Dark Moon Sword sect?" The Grand Elder shouts, calling it nonsense, accusing him of framing. The boy points out the Dark Moon Sword sect invaded the contest area, but the Grand Elder demands conspiracy evidence. Suddenly, Mayung offers to explain. Jong Gil appears from behind. The vice director's son steps forward, removing his robe to reveal himself as the sole witness. Jongjil explains he fought Tang Gukrin before Yomyong, sustaining these wounds, displaying cuts. He states these weren't from poison or stealth, but a sword technique, likely a double sword technique, though he didn't realize it then. The Grand Elder tries an excuse, but other elders interrupt. Not mere speculation. He recalled the disciple's sword technique. He noted the wounds matched John Gill's, confirmed by John Gill. He added that before Tangukrin's attack, he confessed to being spy Mak and Guk. The elders murmured, recalling rumors of Mak and Guk, a maid's discarded bastard. Realizing it was true, our hero thanked John Gill for stepping forward. John Gill smiled, saying he owed our boy his life, so repayment was only right. The Grand Elder is completely shaken. Realizing his disciple was a spy, he prioritizes his safety. He orders elders to block our hero, avenge the third elder. But our hero interrupts, warning against rash action as evidence is presented. The Grand Elder claims ignorance, arguing his situation differs from the third elder's. Our hero retorts, asking if his status is so trivial he can simply ignore this. He then asks if Tangukrin became family head and handed the clan to the Dark Moon Sword sect. Would the Grand Elder claim ignorance? He called it careless, prompting a shout. Before he knew it, his arm was severed. All were shocked. He couldn't escape the spy accusation. Normally, his dantian would be destroyed to cripple him, but lacking collusion proof, the punishment ends here. He muttered thanks for the mercy, yet his thoughts were not innocent. He mused, too swift to perceive. Feigning to stop the bleeding, he extracts a hidden poison. The Grand Elder holds a bottle of formless poison, one of the Tang family's 10, colorless, odorless, tasteless. Though less potent, he perfected this version over half his lifetime. He vows to kill our boy before he even knows what hit him. As the elder prepares to strike, our boy notices instantly. With a swift motion, he severs the elder's remaining hand, the one holding the poison. Another elder screams, "What madness is this?" He reminds our boy of his mercy promise, questioning Meiyang's right to lead. The boy points to the severed hand. Everyone looks down, seeing a broken poison bottle next to it, liquid spilling. The boy reveals the Grand Elder poisoned his own blood for a desperate attack. Utterly disgraceful, the Grand Elder on the ground begs for mercy. Our hero raises his hand, green energy swirling. He declares Tang Seok-yung attempted assassination of the family head, disturbing the clan. Traitor, punishment severe. Mercilessly, the kid swings his hand, instantly severing the Grand Elder's head. Shocked, terrified. The protagonist warns remaining elders, none above Tang family laws. If any elder disregards family law using their position, he will personally deliver justice. He admits the Tang family is fragile, near collapse. He promises to protect members from the threat of evil sects or the demonic cult. He vows they will live peacefully in Sichuan. He then asks Wu Jin's troops and all participants, not just elders, if they acknowledge him as rightful family head. That night at Tang Jihe's residence, an old woman rushes in with news. Tang Jihe, our boy's mother. She's urged to calm down, speak slowly. Did Yanmian truly win? Tearfully, the woman confirms his win. The Stealth and Poison Hall acknowledged him. She's thrilled by his splendid growth. She cries, wishing Tang Long Yang could hear this. Our protagonist, swamped, wanted to rush to his mother, but tasks piled up, so he's in a meeting. Tang Jokyui announces, per the family head's orders. Future matters go to the Stealth and Poison Hall. Key decisions need family head core approval. This effectively transfers elders' power to the hall. The elders look displeased, but none show it. Suddenly, Elder O speaks. He admits our hero is exceptional but lacks experience, suggesting they act as regents until the family head matures. Our boy agrees Elder O's words make sense. He knows they exploit his inexperience to retain power. He proposes deferring the regency decision, concluding the authority transfer for now. Later, investigation confirmed the third elder's fire dragon poison smuggling, raising doubts about the Elder Council's competence. Consequently, 10 Poison's management shifted to the Stealth and Poison Hall. The elders, stripped of most authority, retained only their military forces. Our hero announces the military will remain under elder management. However, elders must now personally cover their maintenance costs. Naturally, the elders are displeased. He adds that any budget allocated via the vice director must be removed. Since the Grand Elder's death, the direct command and sovereign spirit troops lost affiliation and leadership. Our hero combines them into the Shadow Troop, assigning them to the Stealth and Poison Hall. Their mission shifted to external defense, salaries matching existing guards. Discontent arose over lower pay and status, so our boy faced the troops. He ordered them to forget past privilege, citing their neglected military strength. He warned, fulfill duties or be dismissed. Neglect or friction would incur severe punishment. He easily silenced them. 2 days later, instructor Jagal Changshin and other instructors bowed before our boy. The instructor addresses him as family head, but Changshin is nervous. He knows our protagonist used force to dismantle the Elder Council, fearing a misstep could lead to disaster. Our hero apologizes for neglecting them, then states he has a question. The instructor stares, barely recognizing participant 28. Our protagonist notices the look, asking if his clothes surprise him. Subordinates insisted on proper attire. Changshin notes our guy, though not yet official head, is clearly claiming clan ownership. Hesitantly, he asks what the request is. Mayung explains the Jagal family's defensive formations are remarkable, requesting they be installed here to keep. Evil at bay. However, Changshin apologizes. The main clan formation requires his head's permission to install. It also needs precise family treasures and several formation masters. Just then, needles escape our boy's hand and green energy fills the room. The needles strike all instructors. The instructor turns, shocked to see everyone down, shouting, "Why is the family head doing this?" Suddenly, a needle stops inches from his eye. He knows of the Tang Young Raiong deal, accusing the instructor of not blocking the Dark Moon Sword sect. Did Changshin think he'd overlook it? He demands jiggle-level defenses in Tang family's inner quarters. This is a direct order, not a request. He won't hear no again. Remember, Changshin, the Tang family returns grudges tenfold. That's why the elders died by his hand. He began counting to 3, threatening that without a positive response, he'd personally visit the Jagal family and hold the instructor accountable. He left the consequences to Changshin's imagination until the instructor finally broke. Bowing and begging our hero to spare his family, he agreed. Our hero smirked, satisfied, hoping Changshin would proceed quickly. Later, Mirio, Ijun, and Yuri arrived. Our boy wanted to call them sooner, but things were too hectic. Mirio hesitantly asks why he called her, addressing him as family head. Our boy laughs. No formality is needed between them. He wants them to act as always, but Yuri isn't sure. Immediately, they relax, legs on the table, brazenly shouting his name. The head sighs, wishing for a little formality. Yuri then stretches, asking why he called them. Our hero announces he just appointed her father as a chief officer. The girls shout in shock. Mayung vouches her father is capable. Yuri should seize this golden opportunity. Yuri is happy but worries about confirming it so easily, assuming opposition. Our hero admits silencing opposition was easy but warns of trouble if her father neglects duty or embezzles. Yuri quickly defends her father. The protagonist tells her to help him adapt. Yuri thanks him, almost crying. Our hero approached Mirio and Ajun, asking about their situations to recruit talented individuals rejected by elders. Mirio had no recommendations. Our hero then asked Ajun about the Medicine King Hall, noting his connection. Ajun hesitated, admitting his dilemma as it concerned Yanmian. He revealed the Medicine King Hall poisoned Yanmian's father. Mirio and Yuri were shocked. Yuri slammed her hand on the table. She shouts about harming the heir's family, but our hero stops her, asking Ajun to continue. Ajun explains the Medicine King Hall, independent from the Elder Council, funds itself by treating patients and selling medicine. Even after the Heaven's brilliant Demon Lord incident, the Tang family survived thanks to their funds. Ajun reveals his grandfather, the hall's leader, was dismissed. Yanmian's father visited his grandfather daily, defending the hall from slander. But his father, lacking internal strength, suffered deep internal injuries. Our boy realized his father fought back despite everything. Ajun continued. The dispute escalated when Vice Leader Tang Il slandered Yeonmyeong's mother. Tang Il tried martial arts when he lost, but Ajun's grandfather intervened. Because of that, Tang Il was excluded from leadership candidacy. Our guy asked if Tang Il harbored resentment, poisoning his father. Ajun confirmed it. Tang Il murdered Yeonmyeong's father and destroyed the Medicine King Hall. He also poisoned and imprisoned Lee Jun's grandfather. Mirio asks why this wasn't known, but Lee Jun says no one would explain. He entered the contest to survive, hoping they wouldn't kill someone who knew the truth. Suddenly, he cries, too afraid to check his grandfather's condition. He apologizes for not finding talent for Yeonmyeong, but our boy asks why the vice leader kept the grandfather alive instead of killing him. A secret division within the hall speaks of an inner pill made from the mythical 10,000-year fire carp. Yuri and Mirio are amazed. Our hero asks what it is. Ajun explains it enhances inner strength, like a lord who reached the fire realm by consuming it. Ajun warns the pill contains strong poison. Ingesting it unneutralized is fatal. Clumsy removal diminishes its effect. Our boy asks if Ajun's grandfather alone can preserve the pill's efficacy, poison intact. Ajun confirms. He explains the leader plans to consume the pill, ascend to the fire realm, and lead followers from Tang to start his sect, enraging the group. Myeong deems him foolish to seek the fire realm without enlightenment. Our guy thanks Ajun, then asks, if they purge current members and restore grandfather, can the Medicine King Hall function? Ajun clenches his fist, confident he can teach recruits. Our boy smiles, that will do. He tells Mirio they'll finish her story later, then stands, declaring they'll head to Medicine King Hall now. Ajun asks if our hero is sure about not visiting his mother first. He replies she'll understand. As family head, he can't leave a conspirator alone. His mother wouldn't want him idle after hearing his friend's ordeal. This makes Ajun tear up. Finally, our boy opens the gate, vowing to erase Ajun's Medicine King Hall. Inside, Chief Tang Il is annoyed. He's heard Tang Long Ryang's son became family head, troubling him. He also worries Ajun hasn't returned. Ajun wouldn't abandon his grandfather, but values his own life. Tang Il could kill the grandfather any time, but the inner pill's the problem. To fully absorb its energy and reach the fire realm. He needs the old man to speak. Even if sane, he won't talk. Tang Il considers removing the poison, fearing to ruin the pill. A disciple shouts the clan head is here. Tang Il silences him. Outside, Tang clan warriors clear a path for our boy and Ajun, dispatching guards. Later, Ajun confronts the members, demanding their motive. Mayang asks if he found his grandfather. Lee Jun grinds his teeth, refusing. He searched everywhere, finding no trace. He shouts at the men, demanding, "Where did you hide my grandfather?" The men exchange glances, claiming ignorance. Immediately, our hero commands Supervisor Wu Jin, who swiftly decapitates the liars. He turns to the survivors, asking, "Who are you trying to deceive with those shifty eyes? Don't test my patience. Speak." Terrified, they finally confess, after the contest began. The current leader ordered the former leader's imprisonment in Noyak. Ajun is horrified. He asks how they could imprison his grandfather there. Noyak, for infectious patients, closed as its cold, dampness worsened conditions. Our hero declares he and Ajun are entering Noyak, ordering the Bangui brigade to clean the hall and wait at the entrance. Woojin is ready to obey. Meanwhile, Medicine King Hall members beg for mercy. Woojin's men draw swords, slashing through. Deep in the cave, our boy thinks Noyak fits perfectly. Almost there, they reach the entrance. Ajun sobs, fearing they're too late. Myeong reassures him. Grandfather's alive, Ijan asks if he's sure. Our boy confirms finding him using green energy. Inside the cell, Ijan shouts, "Grandfather!" Our hero steps forward, cutting cage rods. Ijan rushes to his grandfather, crying. The old man's condition worsened. He suspects Mountain subduing poison. Our guy asks what else. Ijan lists thunderbolt and idiocy poison affecting the brain, causing idiocy, not death. It spreads to the brain, rendering antidotes useless without early intervention. Mayang says it's simple, amazing Ijan. Our protagonist tells Ijan to hold him steady, then places a hand on the grandfather's chest. He plans to inject inner energy, using poison-devouring frenzy and universal absorption to consume the toxin. Grandpa's dark skin suddenly normalizes, his hand twitches. Ijan is amazed. Our protagonist, having devoured extreme poisons many times, carefully absorbs the toxin, protecting the frail body. Ijan shouts, "Grandfather is breathing, his complexion improved." Our hero smirks, tells the old man to rise. The grandfather opens his eyes, muttering, "Where am I?" He recognizes Yijin, then asks our hero if he is Long Ryong. Once Grandpa recovers, everything is explained. Grandpa realizes our boy is Long Ryong's son and new heir, confirmed by him. Our boy mentions Yijin said Grandpa cared for his father. With watery eyes, Grandpa says fate works in mysterious ways. He regrets his fault meant the child never saw his father's face, yet that child saved him. Long Ryong's son grew wonderfully. He wished Long Ryan could see this from heaven. The grandfather asked to serve the family heir. Our boy agreed, placing his green robe on the grandfather. He explained he came to arrange a new position for the Ijan leader, then told them to leave. Others waited. Outside, Tangyu was shaken, wondering how the old man stood so firm. He shouted, questioning their merciless harm to Medicine King Hall members, reminding them the hall funded the Tang family. He asks if they want the family to collapse. Our hero asks Tang Il if he'll play dumb, knowing their origin. "Last words?" Mayung asks the grandfather for a final message. He just looks away. Tang Il, with no choice, runs, shouting for people to move aside. He thinks he'll die if he stays. A needle strikes Tang Il's neck, freezing him. Our hero explains it's Ijan's heart-severing flame poison. He questions if Ijan's poison isn't enough for Tang Il, noting Tang Il can no longer hear him. Tang Il collapses, dead. Our protagonist commands the Bangui Brigade to finish the job. Woojin, ever ready, leads them to eliminate all Medicine King Hall members, completely eradicating its corruption. Rumors instantly spread. The Medicine King Hall has fallen. Debate sparked. Can Tang clan survive without Hall funding? Why did new leadership cut support? Inside, our hero faced a blazing red orb. Grandfather warned, Medicine King Hall fell, the orb is dangerous. He asked if he'd take it immediately. He suggested waiting for the poison to wear off, but our boy excitedly eyed it. He thanked Grandfather, but said he'd take it as is for immediate use. He thinks such a visibly potent poison is too precious to discard. Ma Yang reaches for the orb. Before touching, his fingers feel like melting, so he clenches his fist. He realizes it's an extremely potent fiery poison, typical of a lava spirit. Still, it's nothing compared to the previous fire dragon poison. An ordinary man taking this unrefined would burn from the inside. He decides this is the perfect way to test the 10 poison's strength. He closes the box, feeling the spirit's power. At the Stealth and Poison Hall, Tang Jihai visits her son. She enters, apologizing for the intrusion, saying she was truly lucky with her child. He welcomes her, reminding her this place is hers, so she belongs here. He thinks she's still beautiful, despite aging from worry. Jihai runs to him, hugging him tightly. She's so thankful he returned safely. Our protagonist hugs her back, reflecting on his past life. He recalled only regret before death, having no one to share happiness with. He decides his past life's regret is enough. From now on, he vows to protect this life. He asks if she met the Bangui Brigade. Jihai confirms. She adds they came this morning to help move her things. Everyone was familiar, which felt odd. She points to the box, asking what it is. He says it's for her. He opens it, revealing a glowing orb. Jihai is shocked. She recognizes it as the 10,000-year fire carp's inner pill, insisting he, the clan leader, should take it. But he refuses. He says his mother should take it, claiming he has no use for it now. Jihai is confused, asking what he means. He explains he has nothing more to gain from the orb, then holds her hand. Suddenly, a burst of energy surges from him. Jihai is stunned by the intense heat, asking if he truly reached the fire realm. He confirms it. Jihai marvels her son is already there. She wants to praise him, but fears enemies might attack the Tang family. Seeing her nervousness, he speaks gently. He wants her to live a long life, including his father's share, and asks her to watch over him as he grows. He reopens the box, warning the inner pill is slowly dissipating. Hurry, Jai bites her lip, realizing a mother naturally protects her child, even if powerful. She accepts the gift, deeming refusal rude. She smiles, asking if he knows her youthful title. He asks what. She reminds him Sichuan's top beauty, the poison phoenix. Holding the box, massive energy burst from her. He's stunned. Jai confirms, I am the poison phoenix, a title for the family's most renowned member. She admits she might not be as skilled as him, but asks if she's still impressive. Our boy is shocked, realizing his mother had hidden her strength, cultivating alone. A Fire Realm master detects smallest movements, making hiding power difficult. Her ability to hide it from him proves true skill, reaching peak state before power liberation. Jai begins cultivation, absorbing the inner pill's spirituality. She knows she must overcome her limit. She finds absorption tough. Method is simple, slowly internalize spirituality, but the pill dissipates fast. She fears losing half before finishing. Suddenly, he places a hand on her shoulder. Enlightenment isn't found through thought, he says. Instead, absorb, analyze, imitate your surroundings. He offers a little push, transferring his energy. Jihai is shocked. Yanmeng's energy fuses with the inner pill. She recognizes this as the Tang family's poisonous vital azure radiant heart technique, realizing she needn't internalize it gradually, but can instead transform the pure energy. She absorbs it all, familiar with the process. She focuses, blessed with a good son, process complete. Our boy steps back, declaring his mother has reached the Fire Realm. Everyone is at the Hall of Dark Poison's main building. The mood is tense. Captain Jai Hyuk Dang of the Poison Lord Unit grumbles about this odd meeting, feeling disrespected. Fifth Elder pressed Jaeakwi, how much longer? Even for the young lord, this wait is excessive. Jaeakwi, masking his irritation, said he'd arrive any second. Just then, guards announced the young lord's arrival. Yeonmyeong entered, thanking all for coming early, stating he had an announcement for everyone. He stepped forward. Fifth Elder immediately asked about the announcement. Our boy recalled. Fifth Elder was the one who suggested a regent manage clan affairs until he matured. The Elder acknowledges, asking if he has someone in mind. Our protagonist turns, asking why the Elder assumes he'd pick an Elder. As the Fifth Elder wonders who'd be chosen, a figure enters, freezing all. The Elders are shocked. Over 10 years, yet she thrives. Seeing their reactions, our hero declares only she is fit to lead their clan. Am I right? After Elders blamed Dang for the vast heavens demon invasion, she was removed as clan heir. Yet 10 years later, the phoenix finally rises from the ruins. It is Jih. Entering, she sees many familiar faces. Reflecting on last night before the Regency inauguration, Jih bathed, grateful for her transcendence, though she still couldn't get used to her body's scent. She felt a bit embarrassed. The maidservant didn't deserve to see her like this. She needed more practice manifesting internal energy. Now in Transcendence, she could gauge Yanmyeon's standing, noting he neared the next stage. Even the unorthodox coalition Lord transcended only after 20. She wondered if the higher selection process hid something extraordinary. A faint smile. Much remained for her and her son to accomplish tonight. Afterwards, our protagonist congratulated his mother on achieving transcendence. They happily chatted at the dining table. Jai-hee, amazed, wondered how her son achieved transcendence so young. He knew it was a valid question, but couldn't reveal his past life memories as the true source. So he decided to explain the process. He then asked Jai-hee if she knew the third elder smuggled one of the 10 poisons into the trials. Jai-hee nods, pointing out he gave the fire dragon's breath poison to his granddaughter. To her shock, Yeonmyeong reveals he drank it. Worried, she asks how he could be so reckless he could have died. He casually laughs off her concern, revealing Yang Rui-yang poisoned him with one of the 10 poisons during the Gu poison battle. Surprisingly, he attained enlightenment, converting poison to internal energy, rising to transcendence. His mother jolts in surprise. Enlightenment's varied paths are interesting. Our boy is happy she accepted his explanation. His mother, hearing the Hall of Medicine was dismantled, asked if he was responsible. He nodded, deciding to tell the truth concerning his father. After his explanation, Jai-hee clenched her fist, hoping it wasn't true, then worriedly comments on Lee Ji-yeon's hardship. She mentions a favor. When Yeonmyeong asks, his mother explains that after becoming a widow, she lived in hiding for years, fearing for our boy. She wants to build a foundation to secure his place as future leader. Our hero smiles softly. Now Jihai enters the hall, sparking murmurs. Some note her youth, others wonder if she regained her vitality. Jokwi happily calls her sister Jihai. Yeonmyeong declares his mother, Jihee Dang, the new leader of the Sashin Dang clan. The fifth elder freezes, realizing she's the leader, not a regent. Jihi begins her speech, thanking all attendees. She states she will lead on her son's behalf until he matures. To repay his trust, she'll build a stronger clan. With that, she begins the morning session, reviewing the agenda. Jahai renamed the fallen Hall of Medicine to the Hall of Remedies, appointing Hoyal Dang as head and Ijan as deputy. Yuri's father became the new executive council director, tasked with investigating clan funds. He quickly uncovered elders' financial misconduct. The recovered funds replenished the clan's treasury. Captain Jihyuk Dang was dismissed, along with most elders who embezzled clan resources. Anyone exploiting funds was removed from their posts. All this unfolded in mere days. Now our protagonist, perched on a mountain's edge, muses that his mother is a born leader. She resolves many clan issues. He recalls initially wanting a simple life with her, just participating. But now he's burdened by new concerns, friends, trusted subordinates, and many clan members, all he wishes to protect. It's almost ironic he couldn't even protect himself recently. Our boy is determined to grow stronger, protecting his clan from the Lord of the Dark Unorthodox Coalition and the Demon Lord of Vast Heavens. Meanwhile, news of the Dang clan's new lord reaches the Dark Unorthodox Coalition. Their leader learns in Humeg and Yansong Jang were defeated by the young lord. Heartfire sect leader Xiao Haiyan Yo reports these two, prominent and unorthodox sects, were coalition members. She suggests wiping out the Dang clan before they regain power. However, Lord Giljun Yu shakes his head. Xiao Hyun reminds him eliminating subordinates challenges his authority, infuriating Giljun. He warns her, leave the Dang clan, it's useful. A strong aura makes Xiao Hyun tremble as he glares, stating those two fools attacked the Dang clan without orders, paying a heavy price. He returns to normal, stating it was better they died by the Dang clan leader than face his wrath. He smirks. He finds our hero interesting for eliminating them. He orders guards to invite Dang clan's young lord to Sachin's banquet. In Jai-hee's room, Yeon Myung praises his mother's perfect clan work. She doubts her performance, having been out of clan affairs. He then notices his mother hiding her internal energy again. Jai-hee is surprised he detected it, but our hero admits he barely senses it this time. He still wonders why hide it even after reaching transcendence. Jai-hee explains she's not just holding back, she's using their clan's secret technique, hidden energy presence. She suggests he use it too, but he's confused, seeing no current reason. Then his mother starts a story about an ancestor, the Dang clan's first firefighter. During his era, a terrible plague swept through a single clan village in Sachin, despite abundant food. The villagers appeared extremely weak. No funerals were held, bodies were burned to prevent disease. The plague nearly wiped out the village, yet a 10-year-old boy remained. Unaffected, villagers concluded he was the cause. Soon he was expelled. During a storm, he sought shelter in a cave, surviving on leftover food offered to the gods. 2 days passed, and he remained alone. By the 3rd day, no villagers visited the temple. All had died, leaving only the boy. He wondered why he alone survived the plague. Soon, a mysterious group appeared, drawn by his affinity for poison. They were the Munchido Poison Assassination Guild, martial arts' most notorious assassin guild. This guild abducted children continent-wide, training them as assassins. They forced poison pills upon them, requiring regular antidotes, making escape impossible. Becoming an assassin, he found a peer's body, dead from a delayed antidote. He realized his assassin group caused the plague that ruined his home. He then relentlessly pursued strength, completing every difficult mission. He eventually assassinated a supreme master warrior. The guild leader named him one of the 5 great assassins, offering any wish, but the boy simply replied he needed nothing. Soon after, he eradicated the entire guild and ascended to a higher realm. Enlightened by battles with master warriors and the guild's martial arts, he forged an ultimate technique, the Rain of a Million Flowers. Using it, the Munchido Poison Assassination Guild vanished overnight. His descendants settled in Sachin, forming the present-day Dang clan. That man is now remembered as the Shadowless Visitor. Jihi looks at her son, finding him asleep. She pinches his cheek. Yeomyung mutters their clan's history is interesting. He asks about its connection to the Hidden Presence technique. His mother explains the Assassin Guild, with its 5 great assassins and guild master, had many transcendents. She asks how the Shadowless Visitor eliminated them alone. He guesses the Rain of a Million Flowers, believing warriors can't withstand a group-targeted hidden weapons attack. Jai confirms he's partly right. The technique was used, but it's an aura technique, not hidden weapons. She explains transcendent battles are aura battles, as regular hidden weapons can't penetrate aura body armor. The protagonist realizes countless hidden weapons will just bounce off. However, a barrage of ore-infused hidden weapons, the Dang clan's powerful technique. This technique was designed for masters of transcendence. He notes its power surpasses wild dance of spinning stars and scattered iron fragments, and even masters struggle to maintain it. Jihai, noticing our hero's confusion, reveals the secret. It's the hidden energy presence technique. To activate it, one must concentrate all internal energy from their veins into one of the 12 energy channels. Then, using core energy, one blocks the flow and seals the energy channel, preserving internal energy. Even transcendent masters can be deceived. While immediate internal energy levels will drop, experienced and enlightened individuals can easily refill it. By repeating this process 12 times, sealing each internal energy channel, the core energy protecting the internal force converges to form a new protective shield, or a body armor. Jaihe explains the dragon scale offers better protection than regular aura body armor, truly as strong as dragon scales. Yanmeng notes, like the fire dragon's breath poison, everything is compared to a dragon. His mother adds that sealing energy channels protects the body, and if all 12 are released at once, one can momentarily use 10 times their original internal energy. When our protagonist asks if the rain of 1,000,000 flowers can only be used after all channels are released, she explains it takes more. Crucial passages for the hidden energy technique were lost battling the vast heavens demons. Even oral traditions vanished with the elders' deaths. Still, Jaihe believes her son, her pride, will master it. Our hero agrees, thinking nothing is impossible for the poisonous phoenix's son. Soon, Yeon Mayung learns the hidden energy presence technique from his mother, now at his desk. He believes poison is the quickest way to restore his sealed internal energy. To others, it's poison, to him an elixir. He decides to ask Li Jun to brew some poison, but a guard's knock interrupts his thoughts. A guard announces an urgent guest. Suddenly, Mirio bursts in, yelling for help. He asks what's wrong. She shouts, "My sister is dying." Yeon Mayung quickly suggests the Hall of Remedies. However, Mirio cries they've visited many times, but her sister's condition isn't treatable by medicine. When our hero wonders if it's an internal injury, Mirio explains its energy blockage of the 9 yin channels. Besides the Blazing Sun Palace, the North Sea Ice Palace also uses energy blockage in their martial arts. Ice Palace members practiced ice martial arts. Being born with yin energy was a blessing and unique skill. As they step out, our boy and Mirio discussed how those not practicing ice martial arts gradually suffer energy blockages. He asked if she and her sister were North Sea Ice descendants. She nodded, clarifying they weren't direct. Long ago, Ice Palace descendants settled in Sashin, marrying into the Dang clan. It said learning ice martial arts can treat these blockages. Yet the Dang clan only teaches poison and hidden weapons, so no ice martial arts remain here. Ancestral techniques are long lost. Energy blockage, a genetic illness, now strikes every few decades. This time, Mirio's sister suffers. As Yeonmyung was about to speak, Mirio announced their arrival home. Inside, her sister's condition worsened, freezing, eyes closed, unable to awaken. The room itself chilled from the cold energy. He turned to a weeping Mirio, unable to promise anything given her critical state. He explains her sister used innate core energy to block her channels and fight the cold, but she's at her limit. She even shut down consciousness to focus on blocking it. Sobbing, Mirio asks if anything can be done. Our hero reveals a way, use external force to expel the cold, but it's high risk. Her sister might not withstand it, he could be overwhelmed. Mirio pictures the scene, frozen with worry. Yeonmyung frowns, wishing for better odds. He can't be reckless, his friend's sister is at stake. Now he awaits Mirio's decision. He tells her to choose another way or his method. Breathing heavily, she states, "We're here because there's no other option. With a heavy heart, I can't give up on my sister without trying. I know I'm risking our boy, but please save my sister." Then, our protagonist began undressing Mirio's sister, prompting Mirio to ask if it was truly necessary. Embarrassed, he explained her clothes would only hinder cold energy extraction, insisting a little embarrassment is better than death. He begins the extraction. Yan Miao mentally reviews the 9 yin channels. The forehead isn't a major concern, so he moves to the heart. A brief embarrassment, then the cold energy resists, freezing half his body. Mirio expresses worry, but Yan Miao assures her he's managing. He's extracted cold energy from 6 channels, but his body is at its limit absorbing it. If this continues, he'll freeze to death. He mutters poison would be easier. Then a thought strikes him. He recalls Aijan's grandfather explaining poison's formation in heavenly orbs. Medicine and poison share roots. When a substance exceeds human limits, it becomes poison. He realizes even vital yang energy becomes fire poison past safe limits. Thus, he considers the bone-chilling cold energy as ice poison. He immediately activates the azure pool of poison lust. Soon it reacted. The cold energy, once seen as poison, stopped resisting. Her frozen side thawed as the azure pool drew out all the cold. Miso, feeling warmth return, slowly opened her eyes and screamed. Seeing Mirio, both sisters wept and embraced. Mirio explained, making Miso realize she owed Yeonmyung her life. Mirio worries why the young lord still touches her sister. Miso notes his focus, suggesting they wait. Inside Miso, our boy observes this energy is like an elixir. His body can't absorb all the energy. Excess will disappear. He decides to absorb maximum cold energy, testing the hidden energy presence technique. He wonders how many energy channels he can fill. Moments later, as he opens his eyes, he's surprised to absorb 4, gaining 4 times the energy used. Pondering low energy, considering poison to cope, embarrassed, he realizes he's still touching Miso. He nervously pulls his hand back. Miso calmly says it's fine. Mirio told her all. She thanks him. He calls it his young lord's duty. Suddenly, Miso's father bursts in, sees his naked daughter erupting in fury. He demands our protagonist's purpose, but his daughters quickly calm him. Later, their father sincerely apologizes to Yeonmyung, bowing repeatedly for forgiveness. Our hero understands, acknowledging the easily misunderstood situation. The father sobs, overwhelmed with gratitude that his daughter can now live longer. He met his wife as a merchant, settling with the Dang clan. Sadly, she too suffered from energy blockage and passed away. To save his daughters, he spent everything seeking a cure, finding none. Weeping, he thanks our boy for saving his family, vowing anything. Yeonmyung explains he only did what was needed. Our hero notes the guild's quiet. Miso's father explains after the Dang clan's fall and the coalition, they remain within city walls. The young lord bows, suggesting they discuss this later, having other matters. Before he can leave, Mirio and Miso appear. They hadn't thanked him. Miso, in a beautiful dress, deeply thanked him for saving her. He blushes, then heads back. Miso, however, worried if he was fine, noting his dazed look. She asks Mirio if the young lord hurt himself treating her. Mirio teases, sad to see him go. Miso jolts, blushing. Was it that obvious? Mirio nods. Miso covers her face in embarrassment. Mirio pats her hair. She says anyone would react that way, adding her sister is the prettiest she's ever seen. Mirio grins, noting Yeonmyung's similar reaction to Miso. She's certain he's just as interested as her sister. Meanwhile, on his way back, our boy dreams of family. He imagines a future with Miso, a son training him, marrying him off, and grandchildren. He blushes, having even imagined grandchildren. He smiles, never expecting such feelings. He sees this as part of wanting a normal life, hoping to see Miso soon. But Miso's father's earlier warning resurfaces. His thoughts shift to Giljin Yu, lord of the dark, unorthodox coalition. Though not directly involved in his clan's downfall like the demon lord of vast heavens, Giljin Yu's threat was evident during heir selection. He concludes, sharing Sashin guarantees conflict. Meanwhile, at the Heartfire sect, within the dark, unorthodox coalition's Sashin territory, Seolhyun receives a report. The Dang clan is rapidly growing. She dismisses it, biting her apple. Giljin's cold warning to avoid the Dang clan echoes. Chabang's leader in Yi Yob advised waiting until their lord's anger subsides. Frustrated, Seolhyun hurls her apple at the reporter. How dare they tell her to do nothing when the Dang clan's leader and heir both reached transcendence? She bites her nails. Frustrated she couldn't yet avenge in Hu Mag and Yansong Zhang, she paused. Her lord's command, invite the Deng clan's young lord to the Sashin banquet. A smirk. This was her chance. Waiting isn't her nature, in who haunts her dreams, demanding vengeance. She'd eliminate every last Deng to quell her rage. She glared murderously at her reporter, ignoring his pleas. She burns him on the spot. Seolhyun prepares something unforgettable. At a meeting, Jihyok, former Poison Lord captain, asks the second elder about their plans. The elder admits they've lost too much since Jihyodang became clan leader. But he questions Jihyok, reminding him his and his son's actions caused their predicament. Pointing at Munchin, he angrily asks why he fought someone stronger. He accused Munchin and Jai Hyuk of ruining his life's work. Munchin grew furious at the second elder, resenting his tone before the clan leader. He silently cursed Yeonmyung, vowing revenge once his arm healed. Jai Hyuk repeated his question, stating they struggled to maintain private units. The second elder clenched his fist, declaring they should simply leave the clan. The next day, our hero was guided to the vault of ultimate poisons. This is the Deng clan's poison vault, home to the 10 poisons and other deadly toxins. He recalls the third elder managed it before his dismissal. Now he and the Hall of Dark Poison oversee it. Guards respectfully greet their young lord. Before entering, one offers Yanmian a poison-repelling orb meant to filter toxins if held in his mouth. Surprisingly, our protagonist declines, startling the guard. Yanmeng dismissed the orb's cleanliness, noting its use by many, including the third elder. Despite the guard's protests, Yanmeng punched him. Both guard and orb fell. Yanmeng entered the vault. He observed its pristine state, realizing it housed the 10 poisons. He finally grasped the guard's concern. A normal warrior would perish instantly. This, even with his energy compromised by the hidden energy presence technique. The air here is deadly, but with his azure pool of poison lust mastery, traversing this vault is effortless. He inhales the toxic air, enjoying it as poison therapy, his internal energy rising though not fully restored. A poison as potent as the 10 poisons would be ideal, but clan law forbids personal use. He could have asked Dejan for the recipe. Suddenly he senses something unusual. The air around him felt distorted. It was an illusion barrier. He wondered why this barrier was in their poison vault and not Jiggle clans. With one way to find out, he cut through the barrier, revealing a hidden passage. Ahead, sealing and warding talismans lined the passage. Yanmeng recognized these weren't Jiggle clan's work, but mystic practitioners' techniques. His master knew such practitioners in his past life. These individuals obsessed over mystical arts, just as his master obsessed over swords. Mystic practitioners sought immortality through mastering spells. He recalled his master's training in their illusion fields, encountering beings unlike any he'd seen. These practitioners only involved themselves in matters of interest. He can't comprehend why they'd install a barrier inside the poison vault. In the past, Yanmeng's master revealed that mystic practitioners are selfish, dedicating themselves to demons and ghouls for immortality. He told our boy he befriended them by beating them daily until they talked. Now our protagonist believes no one will ever be like his master, who shared such unique methods for making friends. This means the Dang clan has something that caught their attention. As Yanmeng observes further, he notices something so poisonous that deadly fumes are leaking out. Despite hundreds of talismans containing it, he grins. He came for the 10 poisons recipe but found something more intriguing. He steps into the corridor to investigate. Meanwhile, someone inside senses an intruder. It's not the shadowless visitor. They wonder how long, but only want freedom from our boy. Inside, Yan Miao finds the 10th poison, thought lost. The jar is covered in talismans. Reaching for the jar, he wondered what poison required such extreme measures. A resistance spell blocked him. He noted its strength, realizing significant effort was needed to undo it. Determined, he channeled his will to cut the talismans one by one, and those stuck directly to the jar. Skillfully, he sliced each, wiping sweat. The hidden energy technique had drained his energy. Normally, this wouldn't take so long. As talismans fall, the poisonous air thickens. He places his hand on the jar, preparing to see inside. Within, a black spirit senses its restraints gone. Suddenly, it sees light. A violent explosion erupts, throwing our hero back. Before he can react, a tentacle-like appendage reaches for him. He instinctively tries to seize it, but it catches his arm. The black spirit praises his quick reflexes, promising a painless death for freeing it. When Yeonmyeong asks what it is, the spirit reveals itself as the blue-horned white snake, immediately proclaiming itself the pinnacle of venom. Yeonmyeong realizes this entity is goo poison incarnate. The white snake nods, admitting blocking his shoulder's energy channel was impressive, but questions how long he can last. Amused, the goo poison incarnate claims his arm will soon melt. However, its confidence vanishes seeing poison lust absorb all the poisonous air. The white snake, now terrified. He asks his relation to the shadowless visitor. Yanmeng grabs the snake tightly, revealing he is its descendant. The snake nervously pleads with Yanmeng to deactivate his poison, or it perishes. Still angry, Yanmeng squeezes tighter, deciding to absorb all its poison. As he extracts, the white snake panics, proposing a deal. Yanmeng pauses as the snake explains. The snake's only wish is to escape the seal, promising to become his familiar if spared. Yanmian shows interest, so the snake insists he won't regret trusting it. It explains its poison energy will boost his own. Our protagonist secretly agrees, realizing even the fire carp's orb or fire dragon's breath wasn't this potent. The absorbed energy instantly surpasses his current internal levels. The white snake then offers an endless supply of poison energy, and innocently asks if that's more beneficial or absorbing all energy now. Our hero shakes his head, saying keeping a threat alive is unwise. He can find poison elsewhere. The white snake's eyes well up, explaining it only stared at the wall, decades spent in that jar. With a cute, innocent face, the snake insists it won't disobey him as a familiar. After a pause, Yeonmyung finally decides to trust it. He warns that any strange behavior will result in instant disposal. The snake acknowledges. Our boy then asks how to make it his familiar, admitting his ignorance of mystic arts. The snake emits energy, forming a soul thread. It explains that holding it will link their souls, making it his familiar. Yeonmyung grasps the soul thread. Outside, guards fret over their young lord's prolonged absence, fearing the worst. One suggested entering, reminded the vault was forbidden. Yet the healthy one put the orb in his mouth, determined to save their clan leader, punishment be damned. Before they moved, a bright light erupted from the vault, shaking the ground. The door opened. A guard worriedly asked about their young lord. Another saw him shining. Yeonmyung then observed he could activate aura body armor, dragon scale, unlike normal. He feels like he's wearing real armor. He smiles, remembering filling all 12 energy channels once the white snake became his familiar. Still, he'll control his public energy more. He's already drawn too much attention. Suddenly, the white snake emerges, asking why Yeonmyung cares what others think when the shadowless visitor showed his power openly. Ignoring it, he flicks the snake away, telling it to stay hidden. Feeling pain. The white snake reveals it's only visible if it permits. It adds that with this aura, our boy will ward off enemies. Still, Yum feels it's too much. This time, he's trying for a normal life. Hearing this time, the snake notes he speaks like he's on his second life, doubting a normal one. When our young lord demands clarification, the snake states great power always has a reason. It was the same for its previous master, the shadowless visitor. Those with power are bound by fate. Yeonmyung smirks, noting his ancestor also controlled it. The white snake, irritated, warns him not to provoke it. Its master exploited it, then had a practitioner seal it in a jar, deeming it dangerous. As the snake fumes, our protagonist grasps why practitioners were involved. The white snake is a mythical creature from a higher plane. Now, Yeonmyung wondered why mystics didn't claim it, instead helping his ancestor seal it. He pondered if his ancestor was like its former master. Was he himself truly born for this path? This is for a reason, perhaps linked to his past. A guard bursts in with urgent news. Our young lord hides the white snake, asking for details. The Sashin path is overrun by unorthodox sect warriors. Elsewhere, Hyunso and his uncle are blocked, breathing heavily. The enemy leader mocks Gongdong masters. Why are you here? Sashin belongs to the dark, unorthodox sect. Taehyo, heavily injured. He tells Hyunso to run, leave him. But Hyunso protests, unable to face them alone. Hyunso realizes hundreds of unorthodox warriors are here, led by Mokgong Palace's Teachin Jang. With Taehyo injured, they stand no chance. Teachin notes they sought help from the Dang clan, but proudly declares the Dang clan isolated since their new lord took Sashin. He laughs mockingly. His lord will reward him for offering them. Though he'll spare their lives, they'll lose a limb or two. Meanwhile, Yeonmyung arrives, guided by his guard. Our hero asks who they are. His guards identify them as Gangdong sect. He concludes the opposition is from unorthodox sects. He orders his guards to assist the two Gangdong sect. Hyunso observes, realizing the Dang clan is there to help. Facing hundreds with few men, our protagonist steps forward. Seeing Taehyo's poor state, he orders his guard to assist. A guard instantly appears, supporting Taehyo. Hyunso is stunned by this help. The guards smile softly as worried Hyunso reveals they've been chased by 200 men. A guard reassures him, if unsure, just wait and watch. Teachin then wonders who our boy is. One of his men explains he survived the Deng clan's heir selection to become the young lord. Tikian mocks our protagonist, calling him a pretty boy and demanding gratitude for their lord's mercy. You've crossed the line, Tikian declares. I'll teach you a lesson. But before he finishes, Tikian falls from his horse, confusing his men. Yeonmyung, calm as ever, scratches his ear, annoyed by Tikian's rant. Tikian's men stand bewildered. Hyunseo follows suit. Our hero confidently challenges the enemy to try teaching them a lesson, declaring he'll be the one to eliminate them. The unorthodox soldiers stare at their master, questioning if he's truly dead. One notices a poisoned needle in their master's head, wondering when Yeonmyung threw it. Another points out our protagonist didn't even move his arm. Instantly, our hero pulls out a handful of needles, launching them at the enemy, before the soldiers can react. One by one, they're struck by the needles as our boy uses his fall technique. Our young lord notes he didn't even poison the needles, yet the enemies show the same symptoms. The white snake explains it's its poison energy seeped into the needles. Few humans can withstand such a potent poison. Yeonmyoung smirks, admitting the white snake is somewhat useful, which predictably annoys it. Elsewhere, Hyunso grinds his teeth. Never expected to witness such a lethal hidden weapon technique. He wonders if Yeonmyeon brought down the entire Taeil Black Sword sect. The remaining unorthodox soldiers realize our protagonist took down hundreds with one move. They can't comprehend it. They heard the Dang clan was collapsing, yet now face a dangerous monster. One soldier, gripping his axe, believes our hero can't have much energy left for another such technique unless he's a master of transcendence. Because of this, he charges, determined to strike Yeonmyeong, yelling, "Die!" as his weapon falls. Our young lord shatters the axe with his bare hand, deploying his dragon scale technique. The enemy soldier stands shocked, unable to comprehend the axe's easy breakage. Without pause, the protagonist activates Rain of Flowers, leaving enemies confused. Hyunso also sees the Dang clan hasn't lost their secret technique, as rumored. He admits the Dang clan remains powerful, truly capable of challenging unorthodox sects. Yeonmyeong notices his presence, interrupting his thoughts. Nervously, Hyunso mumbles he can't take his eyes off these techniques. Yeonmyeong suggests returning to the Dang clan's headquarters to discuss what transpired. Hyunso acknowledges this, taking in the terrifying sight of the fallen unorthodox sect soldiers, ultimately deciding a good relationship with the Dang clan is crucial. Days earlier, outside Sashin, Hyunso thanked his sect uncle for their safe arrival. Despite rumors of the Dang clan's fall, peace reigned. His uncle was tense for reasons unshared. Suddenly, a man in a hat appeared, asking about their meal. Hyunso hadn't sensed him, realizing he was no common master. His eyes widened as his uncle revealed the man, Giljun Yu. Giljun removed his hat, hoping he hadn't interrupted. He then asked their purpose in his territory. Hyunso began to sweat, never expecting to meet the unorthodox coalition's lord. Giljun questioned Taehyo's business, noting his rank implied more than a simple errand. Taehyo coldly stated they had no business with the dark unorthodox coalition, asking why Giljun was alone. Giljun wondered if they thought they could defeat him solo. Taehyo felt stressed. Taehyo mentioned being over twice Giljun's age, but Giljun simply asked if he'd show respect. Emitting an aura, Taehyo declared internal energy critical for masters. He then asked if Giljun could face the Gangdong techniques. Hyunseo was stunned, seeing his uncle provoked, wondering if a fight was imminent. Giljun called Taehyo arrogant, reminding them he'd destroyed all other sects a decade ago. He stated the Gangdong sect survived only due to its distance from Sechin. Giljun then left, suggesting Taehyung visit him for an exchange if he still denied reality. Hyunso tried to calm Taehyung, but his uncle refused to back down. Determined, he rose to challenge Giljun, demonstrating his martial arts. Hyunso explains this as how his sect uncle ended up sparring with the lord of the unorthodox coalition. To Yeonmyeong, this was no simple spar. Hyunso added they were chaste, Giljun truly terrifying. The duel continued, strikes exchanged so fast Hyunso couldn't keep up. Taehyo landed a powerful attack, but Giljun said it wasn't his best. Taehyo gritted his teeth, activating the true power of the demon-suppressing sword technique. Hyunso, watching, thought his uncle had the upper hand. But Giljun smiled, blocking the attack last second. Determined, Taehyo unleashed his ultimate enlightenment. Giljun smiled, eager to witness the technique's full power. A huge explosion followed. Hyunso was stunned by his uncle's ultimate move. As smoke cleared, Taehyo declared victory, but before celebration, Giljun emerged unharmed. Taehyo and Hyunso froze, seeing him unscathed. Giljun admitted it was a martial art truly dealing with aura, as expected from a nine-great sect. Hyunso couldn't believe Giljun survived the technique. Taehyo immediately shoved Hyunso aside as Giljun unleashed his righteous suppressing divine technique. Yeonmyeong questioned if Giljun used the Gangdong sect's martial arts. Hyunso replied it was a modified version, though the energy was different. It mirrored the demon-suppressing sword technique's ultimate enlightenment, yet its power surpassed the original. Had Taehyo not blocked the attack with his remaining internal energy, Hyunso wouldn't have survived. Our hero then fell into deep thought, recalling Taehyo was a master of transcendence. But more shocking, Giljun learned and modified the technique after witnessing it once, understanding an accomplished master's martial arts in a single fight. Hyunso, hands clasped, explained his and his sect uncle's purpose, to respectfully request the Dang clan's support for their sect in the upcoming battle. He then spoke of the demonic cult, an armed force from Shingang. In the past, they challenged all 9 great sects and every martial clan simultaneously. Though much has changed, righteous sects can't contain them because the entire cult follows only one person's orders. The demonic cult's leader, his son Jung-hyuk Yon, emerged, attracting many followers with his heavenly martial body. Jung-hyuk then left, forming the demons of vast heavens to prevent the original cult's division. Hyun-so sees this as our prime chance to strike, with many skilled warriors gone. Our main obstacle, the dark unorthodox coalition. An attack on Gangdong while their warriors are absent would be problematic. Hyun-so, having witnessed our young lord's power, trusts him to deter the coalition. He respectfully requests our protagonist's help. Unexpectedly, our hero declines immediately, confusing Hyun-so. Our boy reiterates his disinterest. Later, Taehyo learns of the young lord's refusal. Hyun-so adds Yeonmyeong will consult their clan leader before a final decision. Hyun-so asks his sect uncle what if Yeonmyeong disagrees. His uncle suggests waiting. Hyun-so then notes the Dang clan seems different from rumors. He observed them closely. Their buildings, warriors' power, and atmosphere show no sign of collapse. Taehyo thinks they recovered. Their talk is cut short when Ju-hyun reports Yeonmyeong is waiting. Later, Hyun-seo and Taehyo are stunned to find Jae-hai leading the Dang clan. She welcomes them, stating she's heard everything from their young lord. Taehyo senses her as a master of transcendence. He believes she revitalized the Dang clan, restoring its former power. Seated, Hyun-se explains the Gongdong sect needs help. As part of the Righteous Legion, they seek Dang clan assistance against the coalition and demonic forces. Jae-hai asks her son if his decision hasn't changed. Our hero confirms his stance. Hyun-so demands a reason, warning an action now will let the demonic cult bring chaos. Our boy explains they agree on the cult, but the coalition differs. He's never seen them harm Sashin's people. Though they collect protection fees, they've used the money properly like righteous sects. Simply put, there's no reason to attack the coalition. Our hero, Sirius, speaks of his righteous legion. He recalls when the dark, unorthodox coalition defeated other righteous sects, and the vast heavens demons attacked his clan. No righteous sect helped. He understands everyone prioritizes their family and sect, but using the demonic cult as an excuse, as if it's the Dang clan's sole duty to fight, is wrong. He asks if the Dang clan doesn't see they're fighting the cult only because their sect is next. Hyun-so clenches his fist, admitting Yeonmyeong is right. They speak of the greater good, but only act when the threat reaches their sect. Unexpectedly, Taehyo apologizes for his thoughtlessness. He admits asking the Dang clan to sacrifice after all they've endured was wrong. Still, he insists on reconsideration, promising something in return. The young lord softened, no longer ignoring their plea. Hyun-so smiled, suggesting warrior numbers, but our protagonist cut him off, asking their payment. Later, Hyun-so was dazed, unable to believe they'd offered years of sect maintenance fees. Taehyo calmly said it was worth it to save the sect. Yeonmyeong wouldn't ask such a heavy price without confidence. Hyun-so admitted the young lord's strength was impressive. Taehyung interrupts, warning our protagonist might surpass the Dang clan leader. Hyun-so counters Taehyung can't be fooled on energy presence. Taehyung responds it's possible to hide one's true level, even from a transcendence master. Above, our hero listens. He thinks Taehyung wouldn't detect his hidden energy technique. He admits Taehyung's intuition is sharper than expected. Just then, his mother questioned his change of mind, knowing money wasn't his sole motivation. He explained it wasn't a sudden change of heart. Though he'd praised the unorthodox coalition, he didn't fully trust them. His mother noted Sashin's destruction despite major sects falling. Yeonmyeong nodded, attributing it solely to Gil Junyu. He clarified these sects aren't unorthodox merely for not joining righteous ones. Their true nature, prioritizing personal gain over honor and justice. They are bandits. Though Giljun restrains the unorthodox sects, their nature is destruction. If Giljun vanishes, Sashin will be utterly destroyed. Jihi acknowledges this, asking Yeonmyeong his plan. Our hero grins, planning to keep the coalition too busy to head north. His mother questions if their clan can keep them occupied. Then our protagonist reveals his plan, to shake them from the inside. Jihi is startled he's going straight to their HQ, but admits its logic. He calmly assures her, revealing he'll use their invitation for the Sashin banquet. Unlike past, this banquet is now a competition for the young generation. Our young lord will attend to observe their true nature. If he finds them cruel, he will eliminate them. Meanwhile, outside the Dang clan, Changshin advises Yangyang against reckless actions. He reminds her the clan's future depends on her. Yangyang chuckles, assuring her uncle she'll make Yeonmyeong hers no matter what. Ijeon greets Tae-hyo, bringing recovery medicines. Tae-hyo lies in bed. Ijeon asks about his internal injury. Tae-hyo happily reveals he feels much better. His grandfather's medicine is wonderful. He admits he was hesitant, hearing it combined poison and medicinal herbs. It worked wonders on his internal wound. Tae-hyo's swift recovery pleases Ijeon, expecting his return to the sect soon. Ijeon smiles warmly. Meanwhile, Hyunso hears noise outside, curiously asking Ijeon. Ijeon explains. The Eagle clan, longtime friends of the Dang clan, have arrived. They even volunteered for the clan's heir selection. Now they want to install a defense illusion barrier outside the walls. Hyunso is dazed, wondering if Yeagle can afford such a costly barrier despite their closeness. Tae-hyo asks if Dang covers costs. Ijeon chuckles, revealing Yeagle will handle everything. He adds the Jago clan's cooperation stuns Hyunso and Tae-hyo, wondering what leverage the Dang clan holds. Meanwhile, in the carriage, Young's uncle can't shake our hero's terrifyingly cold expression. Soon, Young and her uncle prepare to greet Yeon Mayang. Her uncle questions trust, but Young confidently reassures him, boasting her charms and beauty. Her uncle recalls her mother, his sister. She was once Habuk's most beautiful woman. He concludes Yang will easily win our young lord. He recalls, over a decade ago, vast heaven's demons ambushed the Jagal clan because of his sister. She saved the clan by sacrificing herself, but unable to bear the shame of being a mere plaything, she took her own life. He now vows his clan won't suffer such tragedy again. He believes if Yang and our hero form a bond, the Jigao clan will survive thanks to the Deng clan's support. He prays for Yang, knowing the clan's future rests on her. The door opens. Jae-hee greets them, noting the Jigao clan's illusion field aided their selection. Yang and her uncle are stunned to see Jae-hee. Jae-hee beams, discussing their interest in a defense illusion barrier. Cheng Xin is in disbelief, wondering if she's truly our young lord's mother. He hints our boy takes after her. He greets Jihai, apologizing for not knowing the Dang clan's new leader. Jihai shrugs it off, explaining Jiggle clan missed her appointment. She advises rest after their journey. Changshin thanks her. Jihai asks about the girl. He reveals his niece, here to strengthen clan ties. He asks his niece to greet Jihai, but Yang blushes hard. Her heart pounded seeing our protagonist. So handsome, she quickly decided he'd make a perfect husband. Changshin's panicked whisper snapped Yang back to reality. She bowed, introduced herself, congratulating Jihee on becoming leader. Jihee thanked her sincerely, finding her polite, adding she'd be chased by boys soon. Calmly, Jihee revealed her past popularity, noting Yang reminded her of her younger self. Yang insisted she still looked beautiful. She admitted mistaking Jihai for the young lord's older sister. Yang aimed to impress the young lord and his mother-in-law-to-be. Jihai hoped her son and Yang would get along, being peers. Yang teared up, claiming her half-brother never liked her. Opening teary eyes to move our hero, she found him yawning. Both she and her uncle were stunned by his yawn during her hardship explanation. Yang is baffled. Boys in her clan never ignored her, making her insecure. Our young lord, though, only thinks of miso. Yang clenches her fists, humiliated by his lack of a glance. Jihee scolds our protagonist for poor manners. Yang vows to make him fall for her. Meanwhile, in inner Sashin City, Dark Coalition territory, people gossip about our hero attending the Sashin banquet. They doubt other sects will stay quiet after his actions. The Heartfire sect is now preparing the banquet. Seolhyun explains the document's front page details the banquet budget. The back lists martial arts competition participants. Myungil Sang, an unorthodox leader, notes Chinjin's sect was to host the banquet, but Heartfire will now handle it. Seolhyun replies she's merely following their lord's orders. Another leader laughed. Their lord sped off, ignoring Seolhyun's report. Someone joked their lord was a free spirit, wondering when he'd grow up. Suddenly, a child burst in, calling everyone uncles. The girl announced she wanted to attend the banquet. She hugged Myungil, who questioned her interest as she'd stayed home last year. The girl giggled, having heard the Dang clan lord would attend. He's so handsome, women instantly fall. Myungil points out these rumors are wild, but the little girl doesn't care. She decides if they're true, she'll marry him. Innocently, she asks to see him, and Myungil agrees, knowing she's already made up her mind. Meanwhile, Seolhyun grins wickedly at the girl, an idea forming. Myungil concludes no one dares deny the daughter of the lord of the Dark Unorthodox Coalition. Murio combs Miso's hair, noting its silkiness. Even while bedridden, she mentions during their chat being compared to Miso before Yeonmyeong recently. She almost asks a follow-up, then playfully asks her sister what she truly thinks of our young lord. Miso panics, cheeks reddening, asking why Mirio would ask such a thing. Mirio grins, observing Miso's breathing quicken at his name. Annoyed, Miso asks if that's why Mirio's learning martial arts. Mirio warns, Yeonmyeong will attend Sashin's banquet, meaning they won't see him for a while. Miso panics. Sashin's banquet is a dangerous gathering of unorthodox sects, but Mirio sees another problem. What if he gets close to other girls? She asks if Miso would allow that. Miso, with a sad face, thinks it'd be terrible, so Mirio suggests they attend the banquet themselves. She grabs Miso's hand, ignoring protests, assuring her everything's fine. She has a plan. Young later requests to be our hero's banquet attendant. She heard of a competition for Sashin's future control, curious how it's held. Reluctantly, our hero mentions he can bring an attendant and bodyguard, clarifying it's no vacation. Internally, Young is fired up to accompany him, eager to earn his affection. Suddenly, Mirio opens the door, addressing our young lord. He looks at her, having already sensed her presence. Mirio steps inside, holding her sister's arm, stating she has a proposal. She pauses, seeing Yang. Both instantly feel hostile, demanding to know who the other is. Our young lord wonders why Mirio brought Miso. Mirio confidently states she and Miso want to attend the banquet with him. Yang feels confused. He offers to take her as his bodyguard, Miso as his attendant. Mirio nods, patting Miso's shoulder, stating they're perfect servants. Yang, confused, wonders Mirio's plan, noting she acts like she knows the young lord personally. She looks at Miso, noting her beauty rivals the clan leaders. Internally, she bites her nails in panic, fearing her plans will be ruined if our hero takes that girl. Surprisingly, our boy says he can take Mirio as bodyguard, but not Miso, having promised the attendant role to another. Mirio fumes, refusing to come if Miso isn't taken too. Young blushes, wondering if he means her. Our hero calmly tells Mirio if she's unwilling, he'll find another bodyguard. Miso's eyes well up. At first, she claims she's fine, but as tears stream, she admits she's not fine at all, yet still insists it's okay. Our young lord said he doesn't need her, so no need to be upset. Mirio glares at Yeonmyeong, demanding he step outside. Outside, Mirio admits our hero is incredible, skilled, discerning, decisive. But she can't grasp why he's so dense with women. Gritting her teeth, she feels he's ungrateful. Why reject Miso? She gave him a perfect chance for a relationship, and he's just throwing it away. To her surprise. This banquet is too dangerous. We can't predict what happens when younger, unorthodox sects clash. What if Miso gets hurt while Mirio and I are preoccupied? Who takes responsibility? Remember, this banquet is in the dark, unorthodox coalition's territory. Miso is still recovering. It's too much for her. Mirio reluctantly agrees, saying she'll go with him. Yeonmyeong is confused. She decided not to go without Miso, but Mirio yells, unable to leave him with that woman. Later, Changshin dozes off, document in hand. Our hero appears, catching him napping. Changshin freaks out, explaining the illusion barrier was done, just needing final adjustments. Ready by tomorrow evening. Our hero then observes the barriers with his vision technique. Now a powerful protective illusion barrier is visible above their clan buildings. Changshin explains that from the Hall of Dark Poison to the Executive Council, these barriers now protect all crucial structures. Remembering Yeonmyeong's one-week deadline, Changshin nervously states he met it, hoping for satisfaction. Our boy pats his shoulder, trusting him to complete the rest as planned. Changshin, expecting thanks, makes a tearful face but nods in acknowledgement. The young lord smiled, relieved. The clan was safe, so he could attend the banquet, but one more task remained. He summoned 4th Elder Juriang Dang, who appeared instantly. Juriang expressed surprise at the private summons. Our hero noted Juriang's elder status came from his swordsmanship. Since he aimed to master the sword, a discussion was needed, recalling the heir selection process. The 4th Elder admits he never mastered Yeonmyeong's sword flow, awed by their skill gap. Our boy bluntly states Juriang wouldn't last a single move at his level. He summoned him for guidance, but he'll teach him for a price. He demands Juriang's future submission. He guarantees this opportunity won't recur. Now he asks, will Juriang switch loyalty? As Hyun-seo and Tae-hee-ho prepare to depart, Hyun-seo thanks the Dang clan for their kindness and the Gangdong sect's quest participation. Tae-hee-ho thanks the clan for healing his injuries, pledging his availability whenever needed. Yi-hai warmly accepts, offering soldiers and elders to assist in cult extermination. Tae-hee-ho vows they will never forget this generosity. Shaking hands with Jai-hai, he announces payment will be sent upon their return. Tae-hee-ho thanked Yeonmyeong for saving them from becoming carrion. Shaking hands, Tae-hee-ho remarked, our young lord will soon surpass you. Suddenly, he sensed a massive internal energy surge from the boy, making him flinch. Hyunso freaked out, seeing his uncle unwell. Taehyo shrugged it off, lying he was sad about their departure. Heading back, Taehyo internally noted it wasn't his imagination. He marvels at the boy's impressive power. He realizes Jia isn't the sole reason for the Dang clan's restoration. It's our young lord. Meanwhile, Jia instructs her soldiers, repay favors twice, seek revenge tenfold. She declares Dang clan law highly values loyalty. Now allied with the Gongdong sect, their destinies are intertwined. All soldiers, including several elders, acknowledge her orders in unison. Jia wishes them luck. Later, Aijan delivers the intestine-burning poison. Our hero thanks him. Aijan wonders why he always requests this specific poison from many choices. Yamyong smirks, saying he's simply familiar with it, finding nothing else comparable. He waves to Aijan, preparing to leave. Aijan smiles, reminding him to return alive. As our hero departs, the white snake emerges, asking strangely, "Are you sure you're not of age?" Yan Mayang asked why it inquired so. It replied, baffled by his advanced martial arts at his age. It would only believe him if he were an old master, refined over decades. Still, it judged him not near the shadowless visitor's level, despite his sword flow against the fourth elder surpassing those its former master fought. Yan Mayang grew annoyed. He points out the coalition lord learns techniques by sight, so he must be a prodigy. He dismisses the snake's questions as useless, yet the snake senses something strange. Soon our hero arrives where others wait. Mirio asks his delay. Yeonmyoung explains he collected poison from Aijan. He then asks about the man in the middle, who bows, greets our young lord, introducing himself as Gil Jong. They escorted him to the city center. Before the young lord could thank him, Jae appeared, asking if he was leaving. Everyone greeted the clan leader, but Jae told them to forego formalities. She acknowledged the significant events, stating she'd support her son's path, hoping he wouldn't overdo it. Yum Yum respectfully reassured her, saying he took after his mother. Jae chuckled, joking he was the proud son of the poisonous phoenix. She then entrusted her son's safety to his companions. After a warm farewell, the group reached Sashin Hyanyang. Mirio remarked on its liveliness, noting it wasn't like this on her last visit. Yeonmyoung asked if she'd been here before. Mirio proudly explained she visited when her father led the merchant guild. His guild was once Sashin's largest, but shrunk due to unorthodox sects. Our hero recalled her father mentioning this. Internally, he believed if their clan continued to grow, they need their own merchant guild, unable to rely on embezzled funds or remedy Hall's profits forever. He tells Mirio to visit with her father after this, planning to help him regain his merchant guild head position. Mirio, disbelieving, yells, warning him not to retract his offer. Meanwhile, a merchant sits hopelessly, no customers. He wishes for a sword enthusiast. Surprisingly, our hero's team arrives. Yeonmyoung asks if they're open. He asks to see the blades. The merchant, noticing their odd outfits, warmly welcomes them, claiming his swords are the finest. Mirio asks why our boy needs a sword, and he simply reveals. Believing a weapon would be beneficial, our hero examined a sword. Its great quality and sharp aura confirmed the shopkeeper's honesty. He praised the swords. When asked about his familiarity with weaponry, he admitted knowing a little bit. He noted the sword's plain appearance belied its sharp aura, proof of careful forging. The merchant was amazed by his insight. Consequently, our hero bought the sword. The merchant suddenly ran off, asking him to wait. A minute later, he returned with a box, revealing it was for a keen eye. As the box opened, the merchant unveiled the finest blade ever forged, the Demon Reaper. Both Mirio and Yang Yang felt its amazing power. Even Yang Yang, a novice, recognized its exceptional quality. The merchant revealed his master died forging this blade. Therefore, he took over and completed it himself. He's curious what Yeon Mayung thinks, certain this is a sword for the ages. Internally, our boy agrees it rivals his past life sword. He feels its very essence of sharpness. Surprisingly, he tells the shopkeeper he doesn't need it, despite brilliant craftsmanship. The merchant nervously asks if it failed expectations. Our hero replies quite the opposite. He tells the shopkeeper to be proud of his creation, but explains that's precisely why he can't accept it. Though he knew it would draw too much attention, he simply claimed a regular sword was fine. He told the shopkeeper he'd inspect the blade chosen earlier. The shopkeeper sighed but agreed. Suddenly, a group arrived. The shopkeeper panicked, recognizing young Lord Yan. Yan, enraged, reminded the merchant he'd asked for the finest sword. He is Sachang Yeon, heir of Hunyang Gate, who believes the shopkeeper dared to hide the blade. Enraged, a mere blacksmith defied him. The shopkeeper frantically tries to explain. Meanwhile, our young lord senses a foreign energy from Yon's guards, feeling something is amiss. The white snake emerges, identifying it as a demonic aura. It recognized this energy from fighting the shadowless visitor. Our protagonist admits he's heard of it. He wonders why cultists are in Sashin. The white snake suggests interrogation. Yon confronts Yon Myung, ordering him aside, vowing to eliminate the blacksmith or anyone in his path. Unexpectedly, our boy calls him a kid, flicking his forehead hard. Guards' eyes widen, calling for their young lord. Our protagonist remarks Yon can never wield a sword, not even the finest, suggesting he trained for decades before returning. A Yon guard raises his blade, demanding how he dared flick Jinsun Nam's grandson's forehead. He declares death the only suitable punishment. Ignoring the guard, our hero directly asks their relation to the demonic cult. At this, Yon's side freezes. Suddenly, a man emerges, leaving Young to nervously wonder his origin. Meanwhile, Yon and his guards look back to see a masked man. He questions their audacity to insult his cult. Yan's guards move to protect their young lord, but the masked man swiftly eliminates several. He decides to abduct Yon, ordering his men to kill the rest. Impressed, the masked man asks our hero how he saw through their shadow cloak. Meanwhile, the blacksmith and two girls tremble in fear at the cultist's presence in Sichin. Surprisingly, our young lord remarks it's impossible to miss demonic cultists. He mocks the masked man. "Hide that ugly face if you want to hide your identity." Mirio yells, "Are you provoking such a dangerous man?" Masked guy asks if guard slaughter didn't scare him. Hero smirks. "Cultists should be afraid." He borrows a sword, calling the cultists as ugly as the guards they just killed. The masked cult leader fumes, ordering his men to seize Yan while he deals with Yan Miao. Grabbed, Yon screams, unaware of their identity. The protagonist notes Yon didn't sense them, yet admits the boy isn't entirely innocent. Suddenly, the masked leader attacks, demanding his attention. With one strike, he shatters his opponent's sword as an explosion erupts. Stunned, the cultist leader can't grasp how this happened despite his speed. He tries to strike back, but his head falls. His underlings froze. Murio, Yang, and young Lord Yon were equally stunned. Yon Myung, before the headless leader, was convinced the sword was a masterpiece. Perfectly balanced, its blade so sharp it remained unstained. He told the blacksmith, "This is truly a master's work." He praised the master's masterpiece and the apprentice's continuation of it. Hearing this, the blacksmith grew tearful, remembering his master. He recalled his master's words, "Valuable items find worthy owners." Now the blacksmith admits he's found the Demon Reaper's true owner. Our hero, meanwhile, effortlessly struck down the remaining cultists charging him. Yan was terrified, the blacksmith awestruck. The girls were stunned. Mirio admitted she wasn't even surprised anymore, just wondering when their young lord learned swordplay. A man walks, everything proceeding as planned. The green-haired man notes the unorthodox coalition can't discern his cult bloodline. This is Wu Yung-yon, second son and son-in-law of Hyonyang Gate's leader, Jin-sun Nam. He recalls his son, so Ki-yang, is a natural martial artist, as any Yon clan member should be. This isn't just fatherly pride. No one Sachang's age can compare. He clenches his fist, thinking if Sachang displays his martial arts at the banquet and joins the unorthodox coalition, it's the first step to weakening them. By the time they realize, the demonic path reaches Sashin. Suddenly, a masked, injured man rushes in, yelling for Sir Yon. Yujung immediately recognizes him as a Thousand Moons unit member, Sachang's escort. The man reports their young lord was attacked by a masked assailant. Yanmeng eliminates the masked men. As the shop fills with bodies, Mirio wonders who will clean up, noting Miso would faint. She points out one man escaped, possibly returning with backup. Our hero reveals he let him go. He points his sword at Sachang, stating this man doesn't even know his demon cult connection. He implies someone hired these men. Sachang protests, claiming he doesn't know them. Our young lord presses his blade to his neck, making him cry in panic. Our boy reveals he'll find the truth from those approaching now. Suddenly, someone outside yells for our hero to come out. Outside, Yujung arrives with forces, shouting he knows our hero took the young master hostage. He demands his release and their surrender, promising to spare their lives. Otherwise, Yujung furiously yells he'll feed them to monsters. Our hero steps out, declaring, "We're ready." "What can Yujung do while I hold Sachang?" Murio, Yang, and the blacksmith peek from the shop, wondering who the villain is. Murio grits her teeth, seeing many enemies, wondering what Yang thinks. Yujung yells at our young lord, "You don't know who you're dealing with." Our hero immediately replies, "The demon cult." He senses their evil energy, demonic in nature. He questions if Yoojung hid his identity to ruin Sashin, warning that the unorthodox coalition won't overlook this once they learn the truth. Yoojung is stunned. The protagonist instantly recognized the hidden demonic energy. He also notes our hero stands unscathed, despite the Heavenly Moon Brigade's attempts. He concludes the protagonist is dangerous. He orders the brigade to use their reverse blood demonic technique. Mirio recognizes it as the same technique Lord of Vast Heaven's demons used against the Deng clan. As masked soldiers unleash it, our hero asks Yoojung if he's related to Young Hyuk Yeon. Yoojung questions if that's what he wants to ask before dying. Moving the sword from So Chung, Yeon Myung reveals no personal grudge against Yoojung, but notes Yoojung's family destroyed his own. Yoojung laughs mockingly. No family my brother hasn't destroyed. He guesses. Jiggle, Moyoung, in Sashin it must be the Dang family. He demands, tell me your family. After I kill you, I'll destroy them. Murio and Yangyang shiver. Murio moves, but Yangyang stops her. Interfering means death, but we must trust our young lord now. Yoojung yells, eliminate him. As the white snake questions his plan, our hero raises his blade. Do you really need to ask? He retorts, intending to strike them down. With one swift move, he eliminates all soldiers. Yoojung the blacksmith and the girls are left speechless. Yoojung can't process it. He recalls 70 warriors using the reverse blood demonic technique, yet believes even a peak master couldn't be this strong. This power feels exactly like his time in the cult. He recalls guardians gravely injured after Young Hyuk Yeon won Heir ceremony. Woo Young admits his brother's power overwhelmed them at peak. He hasn't felt that power since, but senses it from Yeon Myung. Knowing the fight lost, Woo Young kneels, begging for his life. To save his son, he offers his life for Seo Chang's. He insists his son is an ordinary kid, unaware of involvement. Our boy coldly asks if it's normal in the demonic sect to eliminate a blacksmith for not offering a sword. Sachung curses our hero, who instantly strikes him down. Seeing his son fall, Yoojung is filled with rage. Our hero adds this is how their victims' families felt. He feels no pity for Yoojung, coldly stating he won't even spar with Vast Heaven's demons. Yoojung screams in heavy rage. Ignoring the noise, our hero strikes him down. Yeonmyung is confused when the blacksmith offers the demon reaper free. The blacksmith explains he'd have died without him, offering the sword as a gift. He adds his master wished the sword find its rightful owner, believing he'd be happy. Murio urges Yeonmyung to accept it. Yeonmyung congratulates the blacksmith. Our hero finally states if everyone insists, he'll accept it. Murio giggles, noting he'd accept it all along. Our hero requests a simpler sheath. The sword stands out too much. The blacksmith agrees. Meanwhile, the white snake can't fathom a Dang clan member's sword skill. It can't imagine his future power, perhaps surpassing even the shadowless visitor. In the crowd, several spot Yeonmyung's group, whispering he was seen among Sashin's sect heirs. His attendant and bodyguard are both women, leading to whispers. Quite the ladies' man. One wonders why he's at the banquet. Another imagines his martial arts prowess. Seeing ladies glance his way, someone remarks, they've lost before even starting. Internally, they admit they've never seen anyone as handsome as Yanmyeon. At the entrance, clerks approach, asking his identity. Our hero confidently declares himself the heir of Sashin's Dang clan. Within the Heartfire sect, Seolhyun learns the young lord has arrived. Her prostrating informer reports he registered early and went straight to his lodging. Seolhyun grits her teeth. Yeonmyung can rest for now. She plans to eliminate him later to avenge her brother, Mag. Her thoughts drift to the past, recalling herself holding a book in fear in the woods. In whom Mag saved her from bandits. As a high-ranking official's concubine, Seoyeon never lacked food but was merely his plaything. He died suddenly. Knowing his passion for martial arts tomes, she secured one and fled, seeking a new life. That same day, she met In-hoo. They grew close. He taught her basic martial arts for self-protection. Mastering the basics, she studied the red lotus burning flame technique from the stolen tome. But happiness eluded her. A terminal illness caused her body to deteriorate. Realizing her time was short, she left In-hoo, unwilling for him to see her decline. Time passed. She heard In-hoo became master of the Tai Yule Black Sword sect while she remained bedridden, awaiting death. Sometimes she even wished for death to escape the endless pain. Still, she couldn't unwilling to abandon In-hoo. Fortunately, In-hoo appeared one day with Gil-jun. In-hoo told Gil-jun, Seoyeon is talented but dying. Gil-jun explained her woman's body practiced Yang-style martial arts, spirit and logic oppose, making death inevitable. He instructed her to recite the martial arts passages she'd practiced. Seoyeon recited, finishing in under 10 minutes. Afterward, Giljan developed the Neo-Red Lotus Burning Flame, a technique for women. Grateful for her life, Sealhyun founded the Heartfire sect and joined the coalition. She hoped this would rekindle her old flame with Inhu. To her surprise, Inhu revealed he only sought her for her talent. He had already grown distant more than she realized. Yet she couldn't blame him, she had been the first to leave. She was determined not to waste this second chance. Soon, news of the Tai Yul Black Sword sect's destruction arrived, and she swore revenge on the Dang clan's heir. Now Sealhyun grits her teeth, desperate to eliminate Yeon Mayung instantly. Yet she knows he has already reached the first level of transcendence, and even her Red Lotus Burning Flame technique won't be enough to defeat him. Because of this, she's prepared a special banquet surprise, one our boy can't avoid. Meanwhile, Yeon Myung meditates. His white snake has tried to interrupt him for 2 hours, yet he hasn't moved. He wonders at his focus at such a young age, suspecting he's an old man returned to his youth. Mentally, he spars with a warrior. After several exchanges, he uses Annihilation. His opponent, however, is completely unscratched. The young lord wonders if Annihilation can't be fully used with the Azure Pool of Poisonless technique. He recalls eliminating 70 that day, yet even that was only half its power. To unleash Annihilate at its full original strength, he needs the formidable force energy control technique from his past life. He's determined to master it. However, formidable force is notoriously corrosive, most perish instantly trying it. Yet Yam Young is confident he can swiftly regain his past life's power. A part of him still yearns for a sword, but he resolutely rejects that path. His current energy control produced the essence of Annihilation, though weak. He knew its weakness, the technique didn't suit the sword. Realizing this, Yeon Mayung opened his eyes to find his face covered in doodles. He told Mirio to remove them. She hiccuped, brush in hand, panicking. She asked if he truly wasn't asleep. He shook his head. He hoped they were both ready. Mirio nodded confidently, confirming it, but before he could get up. Yeonjeong questions her fellow's casual treatment of their young lord. Mirio fumes, not understanding why it bothers her. Yeonjeong retorts, "No one will take him seriously if his bodyguard acts like that." Mirio argues, "Why do you care if he's taken seriously?" Surprisingly, our protagonist sides with Yeonjeong, further irritating Mirio, who points out his bias. Then, our young lord clarifies this doesn't mean caution around unorthodox sect weaklings. He cares not what dead bodies think. Jokingly, Yeonmyeong picked up a brush to repay her tenfold, freezing Mirio. The Sashin banquet finally began, musicians setting the atmosphere. After their performance, Sealhyun stepped forward for her introductory speech. She confidently stated everyone present already knows the banquet's purpose. Consequently, she cuts straight to the point. Everyone is here to steal power, risking their own authority. Participants will compete using martial arts. Traditional death matches are permitted. Each must write their wish as their stake and sign the document. The victor takes everything. The winner holds authority for 5 years. Should dissent arise, as Heartfire sect leader, she will notarize their victory. She warns that rule breakers will be deemed traitors against the coalition and punished. With rules clear, Sealhyun gestures to the distinguished guests at this year's banquet. Among them is Master Myung Ilsang, the Sword of the 9 Illusions. Participants immediately recognize him as one of the 6 great unorthodox leaders. One swordsman even dreamed of meeting him. Meanwhile, Myung smirks, admitting Yeonmyeong makes him blush. Our young lord has reached the first level of transcendence. He playfully mutters he came with Yoonhui, their lord's daughter, anticipating impressive martial arts displays today. Sealhyun announces Myung will oversee death matches. Permission is required for any such fight. As the banquet begins, many warriors raise hands for approval. One requests Myung allow him and Yeonmyeong to fight to the death. This warrior is Kiin-Hui Mag. Inhu Mag's eldest son, former Taeyul Black Sword leader. Realizing Kiin-Hui's identity, Myung wonders if this is revenge, recalling rumors Inhu fell to the Dang clan. Inhu was renowned as one of the strongest warriors across all sects. Kiin-Hui steps forward, declaring that as Taeyul Black Sword's heir, he will avenge his father by challenging our protagonist. Meanwhile, Mirio stands among the crowd. She mutters the Taeyul Black Sword sect attacked the Deng clan first. Yang Yang quickly silences her. Myung permits Ki Yeon-Hui a death match with our hero. They both enter the arena. Yeon-Hui grows visibly excited to see our boy in action. His martial arts skills are rumored peerless, but she now admits he looks incredibly handsome. Myung, observing Yeon-Hui, notes her thrill. He realizes she will be equally disappointed if Yeon-Myung loses. Myung announces only contestants' attendants and bodyguards may participate in this death match. No forbidden attacks, participants can ignore surrender. With no objections, Mayung permits attack with bodyguards and attendants. He then asks our protagonist if he brought a bodyguard. Yeon Mayung confirms he has one, but won't let them intervene. He asserts the result will be the same, facing 1 or 3 opponents. This infuriates the opposing team. Myung, however, likes his guts. The match begins, opponents draw weapons. Kai and Huey's team forms up, his sword glowing purple. The crowd murmurs, excited by the sword's aura. Someone shouts, "The Black Sword Sect leader's specialty, the Black Sword aura." Another notes Kai and Huey's mastery of the Tai Yul twin swords. Kai and Huey's bodyguard and attendant attack our hero simultaneously. Kai and Huey holds back, waiting for an opening to strike with his twin swords, but in a second our protagonist takes down both men. Spectators are stunned, wondering how they fell until cow hair needles are spotted in their necks. Even Mayang struggles to believe what he just saw. Afterward, Yeonmyung faces his opponent, asking how long he'll wait, urging a move before he falls asleep. Ki and Huey fumes, barely containing his rage, eager to take our hero's head. He attacks, but as he closes in, Ki and Huey is startled. Yeonmyung has vanished. Our hero reappears behind him, noting 2 Dang clan invaders wielded the same sword aura, Ki and Huey's father and a spy. Our protagonist finds Kai and Huey far inferior to both. Kai and Huey, furious, feels a crushing hopelessness, unable to accept this end. The crowd notes less than 10 minutes have passed, debating if Yeonmyung is too strong or Kai and Huey too weak. Kai and Huey then realizes he's been struck by a needle. He feels shame, not for failing revenge, but for disgracing his father's name. Still, he summons his strength. His sword's aura intensifies, turning completely black. Kai and Huey attacks our protagonist with his transformed sword, aiming to prove he's greater than his father. To everyone's shock, our hero effortlessly grabs the aura-imbued sword barehanded, shattering it. The crowd is left in disbelief. Mirio, watching, jokes nothing surprises her. Yang can't imagine Yeonmyung losing now, seeing his opponent defeated. He'd intended to go easy on Ki Yeon-Huey, but she surprisingly withstood the blue-horned white snake's poison. Amidst the astonished crowd, Mayung exclaimed he never thought he'd witness the black catching hand technique here. He explained rumors say the Dang clan uses gloves or toughens hands for hidden weapons, yet our protagonist stopped a blade with bare hands. Internally, Yeon-Myung knew it was thanks to his aura body armor. He has a dragon scale but hides it, shrugging it off. Mayung and Heartfire Sect confirm Yeonmyung's victory, leaving the choice to him, continue or stop. Our hero continues, requesting to challenge everyone present at once. The crowd is speechless. Seolhyun grows furious. Yeonmyung adds the outcome will be the same regardless. Every warrior in the arena now rages at Yeonmyung, their egos deeply wounded. Convinced his arrogance insulted them all, daring to challenge everyone after one victory. They branded him the arrogant, petty heir of a fallen clan, vowing to show him Sashin's true warriors. Unexpectedly, Seolhyun stepped forward, silencing the crowd. She declared the Sashin banquet isn't a mindless brawl. This gathering is for the next generation of martial artists to display strength and skills, representing their sects. As host, she coldly announces she won't tolerate rule-breaking. Surprisingly, Myung speaks, asking Seolhyun if such strictness is truly necessary. He reveals he genuinely wants to see what the Dang clan heir can do. Seolhyun protests, but Myung cuts her off, reminding her he'll step in if things get out of hand. Reluctantly, she agrees. Afterwards, Myung reflects on the Dang clan's hidden weapons technique. This is especially suited for mass combat, but he points out hundreds of warriors would only interfere. He informs our hero they'll limit simultaneous opponents, though he can choose them. Myung permits him to request changes. Yet with a confident smile, Yeonmyung calmly accepts the arrangement. Later, Myung is stunned, questioning his decision. He expected participants to counter Yan Miao's cow hair needles, believing they'd stand a chance once his hidden weapons were revealed. Yet, in under an hour, our protagonist eliminated over half the participants, using only cow hair needles and blade catching. Still, one challenger managed to put up a fight. Miao can't fathom our boy's sudden power, having never sensed such internal energy from him. Mayang realized the banquet couldn't last. Despairing contestants fled, loudly surrendering and declaring the banquet over. Suddenly, a bandaged warrior stomped forward, seizing everyone's attention. He announced the Chabang sect would challenge our hero next, declaring his guards and he alone were sufficient, needing no other sects. Your young lord's solo performance ends here. He revealed himself as Chingang Yob, heir of the Chabang sect. From above, Mayung observed that while other challengers fled, Chingang alone stepped up to challenge Yeonmyung. Mayung supposed if anyone could defeat our hero, it would be the Chabang sect. When Mayung asked Yeonmyeong for objections, he simply shook his head. Deep down, our boy found Chingang interesting. Mayung then announced the match's start. Our hero threw his needles, but Chingang countered every single one. Attacks clatter harmlessly to the ground. Mirio and Yang Yang are stunned. Chingang deflected every attack. His skin, dry and cracked like tree bark, reveals the ancient tree body technique. Mayung realizes this greatly strengthens muscles and bones by drying and twisting the body. Now, how will Yam Yang respond? Suddenly, our warrior uses the dark shadow movement technique, dodging so swiftly Mayung is confused, unable to see him. Mayang wonders if our young lord has mastered the light movement technique. He uses it, striking one opponent, piercing a needle into his forehead. The second opponent skids back. Our hero notes this body can be broken with enough force. Another charges Yanmian in a rage. Our boy grabs his mouth, forcing fingers inside. With a smirk, he wonders if the tongue is as tough. He then pierces a needle into the tongue, causing the opponent to collapse. Our young lord regrets his opponent's untrained tongue. Next, the third opponent, Chingang, attacks with a punch. Dodging, our hero strikes back, slamming Chingang to the ground. Yet even with internal energy, his blow couldn't break Chingang's body. As Chingang retaliates, our boy grabs his neck tightly. Our hero acknowledges Chingang's strength, but asks if that's truly all. He questioned Chingang's reliance on thick skin for victory, asking if he'd accept elimination now. Chingang smirked, asking if he truly thought this was the end. He revealed he was waiting for Yeonmyeong to grab him. Seizing Yeonmyeong's arm, Chingang declared he'd now reveal the true power of the ancient tree body technique. He recalled his master, Inyi Yob, Chabang sect leader, teaching him the technique's hidden skill. His master warned him, keep it secret. Use it, eliminate the opponent completely. Now Chingang frowns. This is the perfect moment. He unleashes the hidden skill, energy absorption. Chingang declares he will drain all our hero's internal energy, leaving him to wither and die. But our protagonist sighs, stating he'd never do that in Chingang's place.